Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome back to this week's GKP Live.
Evening,
How
everyone.
you going, gents? How you doing? Hope you're good.
Yeah, good. You?
Had a good week so far, up to press?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Can't complain.
That's what I want to hear. Well, usual thing, guys. We'll do a little intro, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, can't complain.
After this. At the back. Yeah, she is. This would have, if I were going to pick this show, I'd have picked that one. Still got a lot more up to come. Nice patterning, nice separation. Look at that. Beautiful fish. And again, check this out, guys. This is something else. That is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Yeah. Nice wild common carp coming up for a piece of bread. Perfect. Let's have a look at his koi facility again and look at this full cherry blossom. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to get from the other side so we've got the sun behind us so that you can see this bit. This is absolutely stunning. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Without further ado, I'll get us inside, have a look round, and let you see what you think. Catches in it. So in this whole complex, the fish are stunning. Absolutely beautiful. One bat after another. Really nice for jacket there. There you go. Straight in. How's it going, all? I hope everybody's good. We have all had a good week so far. Up to press. Hope everybody else has. So, Daz, what you been up to this week? Oh, good. Oh, you?
Yes. Join the East Midlands Koi Club.
Yeah, that's just become official, which is something I would like to share and would like to mention. And obviously, when Mick comes back, we will.
We've all joined.
Yeah, well, I'll share the East Midlands Koi Club for all those who might be in the East Midlands area and looking for a koi club to join. I'm pretty sure that they would appreciate the interest and the members, and anybody else that might want to come along and join us or join the actual club and the meets. I believe they do pond visits, organised trips and events, and all that kind of thing, which we're all looking forward to. Yeah, we're going on our first official pond visit to, I believe it's Mike Bass's that we're going to into. Yeah, Mike Bass's to see himself and his pond and meet with the rest of the group of the community that's going as well. So it should be pretty interesting. Looking forward to it. Should be a good weekend. But first of all, I think we're all meeting up at yours, Daz, and then going from yours, because Mike did say ideally we need to come in one vehicle because there will be a lot of vehicles there and limited parking in and around his area where he lives.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
With the car.
The plan, so to speak. What I will do is I will share. I'll share the screen. Let's make sure we've got that one on. And if anybody is interested, all you need to do is join up and then submit your email address and pay your deposit, and you can become a part of the actual group themselves.
Yeah, it's very reasonable. £5 a year.
Yeah. It's nothing, is it? That's not, you pay that for a coffee. You pay that for a coffee, don't you? So
You do.
So £5 a year is next to nothing. There's the actual website itself, which is on Facebook group. So if anybody is interested, at present there's up to 42 members. East Midlands Koi Club group. Click on the join button just here at the side. Bang in your details, pass on your information, and then somebody will be in touch. Fingers crossed, hopefully, for the East Midlands Koi group, that gets you a little bit more of an interest and a few more people getting involved. Let's drop that one back down there. Right then. How about you, Mick? You had a good week?
Yeah, I have, mate. Yeah.
Everything good pond-wise, fish-wise for everybody?
There's a few really nice looking little toe signs in there.
Yeah, we had a sneak peek at some of your grown fry in my little pond this evening, Daz.
Yeah, very nice.
I think I'm pretty dead sure it's a Matsu Kawabaki. One of them.
Yeah.
The Akamatsuba?
Shiro.
Kage Shuru Atsuri and Akamatsuba is looking proper good, mate.
Oh, yeah.
I will get some of these. I mean, they're only little ones.
Yeah, tiny. Yeah.
Man, that Zoom is no.
The
Bene has come up proper dark, really, really dark. Now it's dropping off, which is one of the subjects talking about temperatures dropping off that we wanted to bring up and have a little bit of a chat and a bit of a discussion about. I'll go through a few comments. We'll go through everybody's hellos, highs, and all the rest of it. And we shall just drop that one down, leave that one there, go back to the comments, and we'll say hello to everybody and read through the first few and see what everybody's got to say so far this evening. We've got Twisted Koi that says, evening cupcake. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Edward Guppy, evening Vince. Evening Edward. Mike Bass says, evening guys. Good evening, Mike. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday, mate.
Yeah, and Tracy,
yeah.
Vince with a thumbs up and a Mike cupcake. I see you have the spanner to wrench out the trolls. Hopefully, fingers crossed, mate, we don't get none this evening, but
yeah,
he certainly does. Mike Bass says, hi, Gary. How you doing, Mike? Hope you're good, mate. Gaz, cupcake, thumbs up, thumbs up. Pond and Garden, hello, people. Good evening, Gary. Good, mate.
All right.
Me, good evening, all. Mike Bass, hi, Gary and Kaz. Pond and Garden says, hi, Mike. Charlie Bifter Brown says, hi, all, and welcome back to GKP. Thank you very much, Charlie.
Right, mate.
Charlie Bifter Brown doesn't make me giggle. Hey, ho, Charlie, from Pond and Garden. Edward Guppy says, evening, all. Nice bushwork, Vince. Everybody don't know what that is. Go check out his latest video that he's dropped, which was Wednesday midday waffling, something along them lines. He does a lot of trimming up and shaping up of his bush.
It's a cloud tree, isn't it?
Yeah, it does look good. I'm actually.
Yeah.
You've almost inspired me, Vince.
It's a pom-pom tree. It's the same. It's the same variation as mine.
I forgot the type of tree that he said though.
Different.
Forgot what it was. There's something or other. Forgot what it was.
Pom-pom tree.
Does but it wasn't a pom-pom tree. He's made it into a pom-pom tree. He's also doing one for his 2,000 subscriber giveaway, which is going to be working and tree shaping and training into a size, which is going to be one of the things that he's going to give away on his 2,000 subs. As Vince said, should we get there? I don't think there's any doubt on that one, Vince. You'll definitely be getting there,
Definitely get there, mate. And you keep on going, mate.
Pond and Garden says, hi, Gaz and GKP team. Hi, Gaz and Kaz. Hope you're both well. Life Around the Koi Pond says, hi, guys. Hope you're all okay. I'll be listening tonight instead of commenting as I'm a bit busy around the pond. And there's your first comment. Maybe your last one, mate. Hope you're enjoying. I hope it's something pleasurable that you're doing with the pond, mate, and you're not having any problems or any troubles. Twisted Koi says, thumbs up. Hertz Koi says, evening all. Good evening, Hertz. I hope you're well.
Evening, Hertz.
Pond and Garden says, hey ho, Hertz. Eddie Cluxlow says, good evening.
Hi, Eddie.
Just said evening, but I added the good. Good evening, Eddie. I hope you're well, mate. Here's Guy says, even Pond and Garden. And Pond and Garden says, hey up there. Everything but koi. How big is your pond, Gaz? It is 12 foot by just over 6 foot by just under 3 foot deep. So not that big, mate. But hopefully next year that will be changing. No, hopefully about it. That will be changing. The fish are way too much to believe in them anymore or any longer in there. So, that's gone.
Oh, got a phone call.
That screen of doom.
He's
He's back. Quick call, short call. Is it?
It's
It looks frozen. Well, hopefully it does. I'll be back shortly. My Koi Journey says, good evening to all. Good evening, my Koi Journey. Glad to see you come back to join us again. It says, you all right, Gary? I believe that might be, if it is, I am, thanks very much, mate, but I believe it's talking to Gary from Pond and Garden. Koi Karma says, evening, Gaz, Mick, Daz, hope you are all well. Thank you very much, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Very well. Thank you for asking, mate. Hope you're well yourself. That Koi guy. Hi, lads. Just checking in to say have a good show. As usual, catch you up on the replay tomorrow in the car. I'm a sales rep, so lots of car time. Uploaded a measure-up video of my Koi this evening. Sweet. I'll be having a look at that.
Have a look at that.
Thank you very much. Safe driving, mate, and don't work too hard. Pond and Garden says, I'm good, Ed.
I'm joining us.
Paul Mack, E. 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 Dave Cook says, hi, Gaz, Mick, Daz, and all in the... How you doing, Dave? Hope you're well. Paul Mack says, evening all. I guess that would have been for something. And we have a quick double. Boom from Skeggy as he enters the room. Well, lad Dad's back in. I think he's back. What happened there? Did you get a quick...
Internet dropped out. Sorry about that.
No, that's not a problem, mate. Here we are. We got a boom from Skeggy. Life around the koi pond. Just a quick question, as it's normal for the koi to be lethargic when going from protein to wheat germ and garlic, as a couple of my koi lay on the bottom of the pond. Mate, I think you will find that's due to the temperatures of, well, one of the topics that we're going to talk about. There has been a dramatic drop-off, certainly for me, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, life around the koi pond, I think you're Bradford area-ish, so you're pretty damn close to me. We've been getting temps dropping down as low as 6 and 7 degrees on a night. When you're talking from, in the last 2 weeks, going from temperatures up in the 27 degrees, dropping down to, 17, and then taking a dramatic drop this last week down to 6 and 7 on a night, your pond temperatures are going to not plummet rapidly, but they'll have certainly dropped off quite quick. And when fish get that kind of thing going on, they tend to drop to the bottom where the waters are slightly warmer, and they will become a little bit more lethargic. What you want to keep your eye on, mate, is make sure there's none clamped up and there's none hiding away from the group or separating themselves off. If they're grouping up together and they're going down deep, I would have said more than likely it's natural behaviour just from the water cooling off. But keep your eye on it, mate, and double check just in case.
The other thing, Gaz, if they can persist to do it, especially laying on the side, it could possibly be sleeping sickness, which can be remedied by just warming them up.
Yeah.
Salt, I think, isn't it?
I think you're going to bring them up to like 24, 25 or 26 degrees, and you've got to hold them at that temperature for several weeks with a certain level of salt, which is like 0.9 would be the max you'd be going to. But I think it's going to be a high if it's got to be a high.
I would say 0.5, I would say.
Yeah, well, I know 9's the highest that you really should go, but I know there is a certain level that, and it's definitely more than what you would put in as your basic amount, which would be 0.3.
Yeah.
Pond and Garden with the real slim skim Skeggy, please stand up. Guy says, evening at Skeggy's Pond, Dad Shelton. Skeggy's Pond, Dad Shelton says, I'll be here, Garrett. Sweet. Evening Hertz from Skeggy. Just checking Skeg. Blue Spanner, hard to clone. Yeah, impossible. Well, no, I suppose it probably isn't, but can't be too sure these days. You're right, Gaz. There's been a lot. There has been a lot of people and a lot of the channels and a lot of people getting trolled by clone people out there. God knows. I can't get my head around why they're doing it. Don't know why they could be asked. Skeggy seems to be a fashionable thing to have a clone.
Wish I got a clone. Because I need to work instead. I'll stay home.
Yeah, great. Get loads of shit done. Pony Garden says, I don't need a clone. I got Vince. Oh, there with that one. Can
I just say, by the way, while I mention Vince,
says, evening all. Good evening, Chris.
Evening, mate.
Hope you're good. Up north, Koi Pond, I was about joining the EMKC. You was on about joining. Well, we've just joined, mate. It's sweet. Get joined up, and fingers crossed we can all get to be going on a couple of these meets and a couple of these places, and
yeah, mate,
a bit more of a group.
Mike Bass will like probably concur what we're saying. There's no pretentiousness, there's no bitterness or anything like that. It's all a friendly, nice, jovial, mannered group, which we're all looking forward to it, mate. So
we bumped into the committee members or the owners that run the Facebook group at the last Koi show down in Newark Koi show, yeah. They were a lovely couple, really great to talk to. Had a right laugh, and they seem proper down to earth, which is just what you want. Mark's Country Koi. There can be another Gary. There can be another Gary. There's several of us.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not that many. Apparently we're becoming extinct. So
yeah.
There's a saying, isn't there? Apparently by a certain year that we're all going to be extinct, which is pretty crap, because that only given me about another, I think we're about another 15 or 16 years left in my life, which is pretty shit. Twisted Koi, you can't clone the twisted one.
No. Can I say about Vince? Very good video, mate, for New Forest Koi.
Yeah, we enjoyed that, didn't we? Good one.
Absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed that.
Just for Koi. Now then, there's a face I haven't seen. Well, I can see your face, but there's a YouTuber that I haven't seen for a long while, mate. I hope you're back, and I hope you've got some good content and some videos to come out and see, mate. I'm looking forward to catching up. I did see the little bit of a shot that you put out, and looks like you've been digging a big hole. Looks like you're making a massive pond, which is all to be explained at the very near future, no doubt. One of me is bad enough, Mark. Evening, JK, from Chris Carey. Twisted Koi says Goldcrest. Twisted Koi says thanks, guys. Ian H says evening, guys. There's a new name.
Evening, Ian.
Black Country Koi, Arbinia. I always forget what it is. I've been good. How about you? Something like that, I think. If not, we'll just turn it into that one. Peggy says evening, David. Twisted Koi says Arbinia. I knew I'd get it wrong. Pond Garden. I'm up for jumping on if you want a fourth, Gaz. Yeah, we might be able to get something sorted out later on, mate. I'll drop a link in. Telford Koi Pond says, good evening, all. Nearly the end of the working week. Woohoo, yeah. I bet you know, bank holiday, it still felt like it's dragged on forever for me. It's been one crap long shit week. Been some hard and difficult jobs, well, especially today. That one was damn hard. It was.
Yeah, we like the last video, Phil. It was. Really
yes.
We got
a question for you, Phil. Did that fish that jumped out, did that bounce off you and land back in the pond? Or it must have been so close, because that proper got
like a missile.
Surface of water, man. It come right high. It were proper surprised. I didn't expect it to jump that high especially out of the pan net. It were only in like, 4 or 5 inches of water, didn't it? But it come like 3, 4
but
foot.
that's Sankey though. The bigger Sank. The
one that moved on.
The one he moved on. I thought that was not a bad fish. You shame about the white patch on its head. Oh, yeah, that was really nice fish.
The other question, Phil, would be: has that patch faded off on its head, or was it originally like that? And my other question for you is: are all these little ones the ones that you're moving on, the ones that you put in at the holding net back end of last season? I think you added them to. If they are, they've done some growing. They've done some fair good growing. If they were, just for Coy says, "Evening all. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening,
Black Country Coy Block says, "BBB." Tristan Coy says, "Phil, Mike." Skeggy's Pond says, "Evening, Phil and Mike." Pond and Garden says, "Hi, Phil." Can you get out of breath doing this? Pond and Garden says, "Hi, Jesper." Pond and Garden says, "Hi, Davey." God damn. Mark's Country Coy, "Evening, Skeggs, Phil, Mike, Gary." Skeggy says, "Evening, Mark." Oh, Davey from Mark's Country Coy. "Evening, Vince, Phil, and Davey." Marky, Mark from Vince. Dave, Mark. Skeggy. Sleeping sickness. The generally float. No, the sleeping sickness they definitely lay on the bottom of the pond and
they lay on the bottom of the float. Yeah, on the bottom.
I think they both, to be honest with you.
They can float.
They tend to be
more floating with sleeping sickness. But I've also seen them on the bottom.
When they see you, they shoot off though, right quick, don't they, and dart off.
Yeah.
The one that I did, that Adit did, but unfortunately,
I've seen them lay on bottom of the pond, and then when you go and poke them, they'll shoot
I
off.
I never did it to be poked in any way, shape, or form. It was just literally. Sorry, Daz, go on.
I say one of our friends had one that had that, and it nursed it back to health by heating it up and
bring it inside. Yeah, brought it inside, put it in an isolation tub, walked it up, and then got it back to a good state again, didn't
he? He did, yeah.
Where were I? Yeah, that one. Hi, Mark, Mike, Vince from Koi Karma, which is Dave. Twisted Kite, Dave, Cupcake, thumbs up. Copsy's Koi, chatting bubbles. Hello, everyone.
Hi, mate.
Copsy, how you doing, mate? I hope this week's been a little bit for your bud because you've been going through the thick of it, mate. We were watching a couple of your videos overnight and looking at some of the fish that you've got, and you've been going through the ring a bit, mate. Fingers crossed you can get on top of it, bud, and you get them fish. And have you tried chloramine tea? Have you tried treating with chloramine tea? If not, hit us up, mate. We'll have a chat with you at a later date. Skeggy says, "Evening, Dave." And Copsy with a thumbs up. Hi, Skeggy from Koi Karma. Koi Ponics, good evening, everybody. All right. There's another new name.
Yeah, it's a new face. New
face again. Welcome to the live. Black Country Koi says, "Evening, Gary, Mike, Si, Skeggy, Mark, Vince. Thank you very much for putting them all in one list, mate, and not individually." Up North Koi says, gives a wave. Scott with a thumbs up. Hi, David with a double thumbs up. Twisted Koi says, "Thanks, guys." Koi Ponic says, "Skeggy, thumbs up." Twisted Koi, KP, Cupcake, thumbs up. Right. This looks like these keep going on a lot.
Yeah.
The EMKG has a lack of egos but abundant knowledge, and the wives and partners are quite good at wine o'clock too. Now then. The best K&E was me and Vince catching a jumper out of his turbside tank. There you go. Missed that one. Everything but koi. Sorry, Gary. I meant liters, stroke gallons. Oh, sorry, liters. 4,000 liters, mate. At present. Edinburgh Koi Pond Steve says, "Good evening, all. How's it going,
mate?
Hope you're good." Skeggy's now then. You all right, bud? Sorry, just saying hello to my son's mate in the background. Yeah, bit of good news. Son's passed his driving test today. I think
well done, mate.
They're out on the lash for a few beers for a bit of a celebration. So they'll be probably falling back in through front door about 6:30 tomorrow morning when I'm going out for door for go to work. That's normally what happens when them two get together. Everything but Koi, I guess about Y to 8K litres on those measurements. I wish, mate. I wish. 7 to 8 bloody typos. I had a Kahaku that laid on the bottom when temps dropped. Yeah. That's what mine did. When it was mainly through the winter period. When it come through the winter period, then it ended up getting drop set. And I don't know if that was because it was related to the sleeping koi sickness that I had, but it started actually going down to the bottom, and it come up feed, go down to the bottom, and just literally drop on its side. And then it seemed fine most throughout the winter, and I kept thinking, what am I going to do with this fish? Got everything all up and running again come spring, and then I was saying to you, Mick, over day, wasn't I? Then all of a sudden, one day I thought, oh, God damn, that fish looks like he's put some size on. And then, then the day looked bigger and bigger, and then I realised that it was of the pine coning up. And I got up the following morning, and it was dead, unfortunately. It was my Seragoi that I had. But yeah.
Maybe it's got a compromised immune system, and that's why it was susceptible to both issues.
Yeah. What happened to yours, Gaz? Did you get it cured? Did you manage to get it sorted out, or did you unfortunately lose it as well? Let us know, mate. Everything but the koi says, cheers, Kegger. Popsy's koi says, evening, fellas. Now then, how's it going?
Evening, mate.
Are we good? West Brom koi says, evening all. Wow, a heck of a lot of new names and new faces this evening. Up north, Koi Pond says, Popsy boy. Koi Pond. Guys, yes, that koi just missed me, but was so close to jumping out of the pond. Yes, there were ones that was in the holding net, thought it was, mate. That Sankey has always had that opaque square on his head. Time for a change.
Ooh.
Look forward to seeing what you're getting then, mate. You're going to be up now then. I think if memory serves, I think last time I saw Phil and his lovely lady wife, I've forgotten her name, sorry Phil, apologies. You were looking at getting an Achieva, weren't you? Last time I saw you, when you were looking fish-wise, you were looking at Quinny Koi. Cupsy Koi, chatting bubbles. I've got just 2 koi, still sore, but they're not getting any worse, guys. Sweet, that's good news, mate.
Good.
At least a little bit of a positive this week then, bud. That's good. Josh Jones. What food are we feeding now? It's getting cooler. Been feeding QK Tosai Grower Japan mix and Ultimate Colour, but looking for my next purchase. Now it's chilling. Well, for me, I'm on the Quinny Koi's Japanese mix, and I'm going to stay on the Japanese mix and just feed less and lighter and see how they go until they come up to the point where they perhaps maybe aren't coming up anymore. But I'm only going to be feeding them. I've knocked back by half of what we're feeding them, and I'm going to feed them like that till such time as, they're not coming up and they're not taking it. If they're not coming up, they're not looking for food, I ain't going to feed them. But I'm not going to bother going. I don't think I'm going to bother going to a wheat germ. I'm just going to try it this year and see what happens, see what difference it makes. And if I do have some, if it gets to a point where there's, they're not touching that, or things aren't looking too cracky, or anything looks like I've got some wheat germ that I can switch them to. So, but up to press. What about you guys? I don't know what you're going to do, but I do have some.
I'm just exactly the same, to be honest.
I'm doing the same.
Right. See what's what. But that's all.
It's only 38% protein.
Yeah.
So it's not high in protein content really at all. It's quite.
But at present, we're up to 56 viewers, which is pretty damn good. I'm pretty happy with that one. 56 watching, only 12 giving us a like and a thumbs up. Do us a huge favour, guys. Share the love if you're enjoying the content. If not, then that's what the other one's for. I'd like to see if we could beat as most amount of thumbs up, which we got last week, which was 54. So we're a few off. But if you can do us a favour, smash that like button, give us a bit of love, that'd be appreciated. Black Country Koi says popsicle. Shit. Skeggy says 2x3x1 would be 6k litres. Would it? Well,
yeah, it would. Yeah.
We didn't say it with that, did I?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Right, 4K. You said 4K.
Sorry, it's 1.8 wide, and it's 30 some inches. 30, I forget. 36 is 3 foot in it. It's not 3 foot. I think it's 30 or 32 inches deep, something like that. And then we've got a crown face with vomit. Had rapid dramatic temp drops from 11.8 pond temps down to 5.2 overnight last November and lost the Kahaku. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yours didn't enjoy the cold either, sorry mate, Gary. Twisted Curry says, Steve Pop, you going to get a red achiever, Phil? A red achiever? Or a red Deutsch Kahaku? Popsy Koi says, evening Simon, David, Cupcake, David Boy. Koi Karma says, hi Popsy bruv. Hi Si from Koi Karma. I'm changing to Yamatsumi sinking wheat jam in the next week or two as temps are coming down. Yeah, mine have proper drop down. Saying that though, talking to Jeff today, and his pond, he lives up the coast, over the east coast, and his pond was back up to 17 degrees today.
Yeah.
And he said we're feeding like crazy, which is, you know, and supposedly next week temps are supposed to be warming back up again. So
I mean these here, they're feeding like crazy, but the temp hasn't got above 15 the last 4 days.
Mine are still feeding.
Mine are still feeding well.
It's a lot slower than what they were.
Yeah, it takes them longer to clear it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're not fired up for it like they was, but they are still feeding. But I have reduced the amount that they're getting anyway. Like so. Mark's Country Koi says hi, Pops. Pond and Garden Gary says hi, Pops. Pond and Garden says hi, Si. Hi, everyone else. Up North Koi Pond says good evening, all. Popsy's Koi says evening, Marco and Gary. Hi, Gary. This is a real one. LOL. Ewok from Vince. Cupcake. Evening, Si. Charlie 50 Brown. What causes fish to flash? Well,
been numerous things.
To you guys, and you can give your opinion, and I can give me.
My first protocol would be parasites. Do a scrape and have a look under the microscope, see if you can find any parasites. After that, it can be water parameters, water quality, even things like suspended fines in your water column. What do you reckon, mate?
After feeding. Me personally, the first thing I will always go to first is water quality first, water test first. If your water parameters are okay, then do the more invasive things like scrapes and stuff like that. Yeah. But like I say, just feeding them could make them flash after feeding.
You've literally took what I was going to say. I noticed this year when I've been feeding from Japanese Water Garden, we got those mealworms, shrimp, and
silk pupae.
When I was feeding the mealworms and just throwing them on as they were, every time the bigger koi come up and had a good few, 2 or 3 minutes later, they'd be flashing straight away. It's almost like they were kind of getting them lodged in gill or something. So could go down to feeding, can it? So
freeze dried stuff.
Yeah, well, what I did with mine after that, when I noticed that they were doing it, is I give them a crunch first and then throw them on. They were smaller pieces. And it stopped,
you can soak them. You can soak them for 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
Which it would be.
That would indicate being organised, though, wouldn't it? And
yeah, and that would indicate we've got 10 minutes.
Planning, Skeggy says, "Evening, Steve." Popsy says, "Rinse with Vince." just shared the live on my group. Gaz, oh, that's the point. I haven't even shared it on mine. Thank you very much, Gary. Appreciate that. Fake off, Julian Clara. Steve-O from Gifster. Laughing faces at Steve-O. Steve, even Clara. Evening, Michael. Evening, Gaz and everybody. Wayside Koi, good evening.
Evening, Wayside.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you much for joining us again. Hope you're both well. Pond and Garden at Koi Karma. If you're not if I'm not the real it means Kaz has pushed me off this damn stool again, and I'm flat on the frigging floor. Kayagi Designs says, good evening, mate. Hope you're good.
Evening, Kayagi.
Says hi, Wayside Koi. Right tank is up to 16 today from 10. See, yeah, you go. Oh, Stig, yours did drop down last week as well, didn't it? So it stayed low and it's back up again to 16. It was telling us, wasn't it, last week that it dropped.
Must be
low.
warm on the East Coast then today.
Yeah, so they've got the warmth, haven't they?
That's unusual.
Yeah, especially this time of year. It normally starts getting a bit miserable, foggy, and cold, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Richard Choice says, John Cupcakes, thumbs up. Jill Collis says, evening, guys and everyone. Good evening, Jill.
Evening, Jill.
Hope all is good. We've got a hi, Jill from Pond and Garden. Hey up, people from Colorado. There's a lot of new names tonight. Thanks very much for all those new people that have come to join us and making me an even longer list to read through. Nice to see you. Doesn't normally take this long, does it, to go through the earlier comments? Kayagi Design says, sorry, I was playing with a laser and lost track of time. Hey, mate, it's all good. It's actually that's hobby, mate. It's a project, isn't it? So I know you enjoy doing it. Skeggy says, evening, Jill. Jill, my batshit crazy friend from Twisted. Hi, Gary from Jill. Hi, Daz from Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Evening, hi. Cheesecake. I'm still up at 23, but going to be starting to drop it probably second week in October.
Yeah, that's a good question tonight.
So then, there we go. We'll kick off.
Tell us.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect timing, Si. I know there are more, and I will get to it shortly after this, but we will kick off with this. And it's not something that I know a lot about.
Yeah, we don't.
No, me neither.
What we're asking is we want all those that are there, that are on, that are actually doing the benefits of heating a pond in winter or not heating your pond. Are there any pros and cons to it? Is it something that you guys that do heat would like to share with us? What do you find more beneficial? We were discussing it amongst ourselves, and we thought that perhaps maybe heating your pond would extend the parasite length of period where you could be keeping those parasites more active, because the colder the temperatures, they tend to drop off. And then the plus sides of it would be you're keeping your bacteria alive in your filter system, you're still getting feed going into your fish, you're still getting growth. The negative side from that being the fish aren't wintering through as what we would expect fish to naturally do. And going into the torpor stage for the winter months. Now, whether you agree with that or disagree with it, we were wondering what you guys thought.
Another thing as well, I was just thinking, would that affect the natural spawning cycle if you don't actually have a break? Because it's like bulbs, like daffodils. If you don't have a dormant period, then they won't flower.
Yeah.
Because that kickstarts the reproductive process, doesn't it? Spring for a lot of animals. And so
it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Do your fish spawn regularly if you keep them on heat through the winter? That will be interesting.
Or do they spawn at all? Even more of an interesting question. If you've got heated ponds, guys, have you ever had your fish spawn other than the ones whilst they've gone through that summer? If you kept them at that temperature throughout the winter period, do they need that cooler dormant period to generate what they need to prep them ready for spawning come spring, early summer? Yeah, another interesting. Like I say, guys, there's a lot more. There's a lot more comments here than normal. Let's I'll touch with Si. If you could share your knowledge on what you've found and because none of us free heat.
No.
Let them do what they do.
He has.
We're all
I'll go down through the remaining of them. We've got Jill, which is a hi Vince. Hi Jill and John. Evening Vince. Wayside Koi says Dave. Twisted says upside down smiling face. I'm waiting for Jill's next video on the mating habits in her garden. Interesting. Good evening, Irish Georgie Coy. Good evening.
Evening, Irish Georgie.
Another. Welcome to GKP Live. Jill Colley says hi, Dave. Skeggy says hi, John. Evening, Daz from Wayside.
Hope you're all
Edward
good.
Guppy says hi, Jill and John. Wayside Coy says cheers, Gaz. Hope you're all well too. My pleasure. Wayside Coy says hi, Edward. This is a lot more. It's a lot more difficult to do when there's a lot more people and saying hi to everybody. Irish Geordie Coy. Sorry, and evening everyone else new to the YouTube, but not koi keeping. Wow, brilliant. That's good to know. Do you by any chance, Irish Geordie Coy, do you heat your pond in winter? If you do, hopefully you heard that question. The thing what we try to do on this channel is learn from each other. And it's not something that neither me does or Mick know, because we don't have and we don't use. But we would like to get your feedback, the public, on what you think is a benefit and a plus to heating your ponds over winter, and all those people that don't, what you think might be a negative, or whether or not you think there are some pluses to it, but you just can't afford. And the other one, the other topic being this year, what do you think to actually heating your pond? Are you going to be heating your pond with the extra hikes in the gas and electric bills? Pond and Garden says 58 watching, 29 likes. Hit that like button, people. Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're up to 31. I mean, I can give that a quick refresh and see where it comes up to. We're actually 30, so somebody removed one. Skeggy's Pond does Shelton. Let me have a rest from the heat. Let them have a rest from the heat. Thank you. Sorry. Appreciate that, Skeg. Personally, for me, I think that's the natural way for them to be, but
yeah,
well, let's see what everybody else thinks. Koi Karma says, I'm heated, but we'll be dropping it gradually to 12 degrees, and you'll maintain it through 12 all the way through then, Dave, is that right? Carol says, hi, Gaz, Daz, Mick, and everyone.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
I hope you're well, love. Pond and Garden says, I think all fish just koi should have a winter cool down. Yeah, that is my opinion too, Gaz.
Yeah,
but that's just because I like to try and do what nature does, and nature naturally does it that way. But there's obviously a reason why people do it, and I would like to know what their benefits and what they think are the pros and cons to it. Well, you can carry on growing is the obvious one, but they don't get time to pull the colour pigments back. So you lose coloration to your fish then as well. So I guess your sumi would come up.
Yeah, because the cold intensifies the sumi normally.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
If you're in a non-heated.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be getting the sumi coming up as well in a heated pond then. Normally the colder temps, water cools off, and then all your fish with blacks start showing up really vibrant, don't they, and start coming nicely down.
Inky black,
yeah. Unless trops, of course. Yeah, obviously. We got a hi Carol from Skegget. Mark's Country Koi says, I heat 23C all winter. Like you say, can treat all throughout, good growth, and answer not had a spawn through winter. But have you, Mark's Country Koi, have you had them? Do they normally regular spawn then? Does it not affect them in the case of, in the sense of being kept at that warm temperature all year round, year in, year out? Do they still spawn the same? I'm not suggesting for a minute we're asking, because Daz is interested in whether or not
I'm interested as to whether keeping them warm will bypass the spawning urge and stop them spawning altogether.
Yeah.
In which case,
obviously, because of their own spawning, their own stuff you do, whether or not can you sneak in another spawn later on the season by artificial summers all the way through? Yeah. Carol Cupcake with a thumbs up from Vince. Cheesecake, all right, brother, from Cole. Hello, Jill Love, from Dave. Hello, John May, from Dave. Hi, Dave Love, from Jill. Putting your koi hard enough in winter, improve colour. Well,
assuming it does, I believe.
It does come up strong on any fish with it. It does come up darker. Yeah. Does it harden them up? I don't know. I suppose. To
be honest with you, we don't get in the Midlands here. We don't get the temperatures like you do, guys. Because you do get some.
Double hard bastards because it gets cold up here.
It does get cold
up
there.
Cold as what it does further up north. I mean, Jesus Christ, they only have 4 days.
There is one thing it does. It actually weeds out any sickly fish.
Yeah.
As Gordon said it, and you too, Gaz. That if
any fish that are struggling tend to disappear off through your winter months, don't they? If you're going to lose one, it normally tends to be there.
I mean, I used to be in Whitby and going over them moors in winter time. It was a no-no. And like I say, you're at the same elevation as them, so
yeah. So your answer to that, Paul, would be some yes, others no. It's like now the achievers should be looking at the best, which is classed as the achiever means autumn leaf on water. So the browns should be coming up nice now, and they should be looking nice and grey, and they all should look at their best in and around this time.
Yeah,
supposedly.
Yeah. The sumi does tend to come up in cooler water, as we all know. I mean, Jeffrey's
your Benny does drop back a bit, doesn't it? Because that comes up nice in your summer. So your Benny does drop back a little bit, but hopefully it doesn't drop off too much. You might not be as vibrant red and become more of a.
It tends to dumb down a bit. Yeah, the colour does. I've noticed that, and the real bright sunshine that the Benny really intensifies.
We've got
evening, Mike.
Okay, probably good, bud. We'll speak to you later. Wayside Koi, I don't heat, never will. I prefer it to let it go to the natural route. Yeah, that's my opinion. Again, but not to say that it's I mean, there is a massive benefit for me. No huge electric bills for the winter. The second one is they have that period where they drop off in the feeding as well. So you get that point where, they're naturally getting to sit back. I mean, I've always believed that build them up through spring, summer months and into autumn, get them built up, get some body fats on them, get some reserves, and they sustain themselves throughout the winter period for when the times are a little less,
tougher.
Wise and a bit tougher. So Telford Koi Pond says, I'm staying at 22 degrees until the end of September, then down to 20 by the end of October, then down to 18 by the end of November, down to 15 by the end of December, then down to 10 by the end of Jan, and hold for 2 months before turning back up.
Yeah. So that's having a nice gradual.
That's you're bringing them down in theory so that they still get a winter, but just not as harsh as what the rest of us that don't heat would be. So you're ramping down, then ramp back up, Phil. Yeah, sweet. Interesting. Are you still, if you're doing that, Phil, are you still going to be putting your covers back on? I've heard a lot of talk in a couple of the communities and a couple of the groups that I'm in about people putting the pond covers back on. I mean, we ain't officially even in autumn yet, and people are putting the ponds. But it has dropped. That temperatures have gone down.
It has dropped. Yeah.
You can understand them doing it, but I think some of the people that I know, one for Vince, which is he's doing it for his fries, so he can keep the growth on them and keeping them a bit warmer for him, so they can keep growing. But I've heard people talking about sheeting up and pond covers back on, and I've even seen one YouTuber fully build a complete not perspex, what do they call that? Polycarb house around his whole pond. I mean, Oh, damn, man, it's only just
a bit extreme.
Still UK summer. It's still UK summer month. Where all right, yeah, it's colder, but I mean that's a bit extreme to be going to that level as of yet, in my opinion. But
it's first day of autumn tomorrow.
There you go. See, and then
thanks, Gary Webb.
That's what I knew we were still classed as UK summer. Koi Karma says, yes, Gaza, we're keeping it then to around 12 degrees. So you've got Phil dropping down to about 10 and Dave from Koi Karma dropping down to about 12. And will you be covering up as well, Koi Karma, or Dave, should I say? Will you be covering up your pond or will you be leaving it as is with covers off and warming the environment and all your neighbours around you as well? Twisted Koi says, mine will be getting nature's love this year, as I don't think the grow-on tank will be built in time.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I don't really think it does them any harm myself, but you get rid of the weaker fish if you've got a problem, but hopefully, I mean, we'd like to hope that none of us have got weak fish. Cat pox would be the only reason why I would eat it and keep it eaten all year round. We could do just to get rid of the ugly sightly thing that is cat pox, but
yeah.
I've only got
fish lately that they've had carp pox through the summer.
Yeah, I have. I got one. My tag got it. Got one little tiny little bit just on its a little bit on its tail on my carcoo, but it's gone. It went, and it's hopefully, fingers crossed, it stays gone. But a little dog.
The temperatures this summer, there's no way you should get carp pox.
Yeah, but the temps that we had, it should have definitely been gone. But it did clear up in those hot temps as well for me. The one that I did notice is my Deutsch Chag, the one which I did say it's not one of my favourites, and it's definitely going, along with the shitty Arawaki. That one's going, and it's not because it's a bad fish. I just really don't like that black that's come up on it. It did look like just before summer, like it were fading a little bit, but when that heat came back up and that red hot sun came out, it's proper speckly. Yeah, it looks not nice. We've got a replacement to take its place, and we get to enjoy watching that one grow. And hopefully, if that one grows up to be as same equal sized as, I will be chuffed, very chuffed. Twisted Koi, getting that. Charlie Bifter Brown says, my fish all come up together to eat, so they can all sit together at the bottom to keep warm. That's what they tend to do, don't they? They all group up. They all do get in together into a group and cluster together. I would imagine that it's a natural thing, so they are.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever been fishing in the wild, I mean, I found really tight balls of roach fry shouldered really, really close together in the winter.
And what I'm going to keep my eye on, and if anybody else is interested in doing, they do group up. But what I want to know is, do they group up like other animals do in colder temps and rotate so that somebody comes out from the middle to the edge and the fish from the edge move into the middle? I wonder if they do.
Bees do that as well, yeah.
And penguins do, don't they?
Penguins do that.
Quite a lot that flock up together to keep warm with each other. I wonder if they rotate in the same manner. But worth keeping an eye on. I'll let you know. See what happens. See if I remember.
Time-lapse photography.
That's it. Oh, well, that's what you need, don't you?
Yeah.
I didn't go below 15 last winter, but I don't think I need to keep it at that high. Hoping more of the proper winter will give them a proper rest and benefits as soon we come spring.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing it that way, Phil, like you are, and like Dave is ramping it down and ramping it up. You're technically giving it, you're just not giving them the harsher temperature.
I
would say probably down there your way, you're probably about 5, 6, 7 degrees anyway, aren't you, in your pond water? Not like me where it dropped down to -1 and -2 last year. Didn't freeze, but it did go down to -1 and -2, which is only for 2 days, mind, but that was pretty damn cold. Skeggy says, Wayside, you're not ordling to bushes again, are you?
Alluding
to bushes? Alluding to bushes again. I thought that might be one of Skeggy's little things to try to trick me out like he normally does. You got me anyway. I would like to heat my pond just to keep the temperature steady and maybe extend the summer period a little, but would still drop it at winter. Yeah, I'd like to have mine down at that and heated in an ideal world, but goddamn, no way, not with the prices what they are. For me, that's the biggest reason. Too damned expensive.
Yeah,
You have deep pockets to heat your pond. And if I were going to heat it in garden, it'd be a jacuzzi or something for me to get in and enjoy. We might fish. Carol Lawton says, hi, Skegate, Vince, Dave and Jill. Mike Bass says, my koi didn't spawn this year after holding at 18 degrees C through the winter.
so yeah, that's
What they do normally, Mike? Has that been a thing where they have normally when you haven't heated it? If you keep the heat, sumi tends to be softer, especially in the younger fish. Benny gets softer as the pigment is continuously stretching. So I'm going to give the full winter at 8C to pull it back. That's sweet. So giving it does have some negatives, but it's rectifiable by cooling and easing off a little bit and letting them have a little bit of a more normal, natural type of temps. I didn't have any spawn last winter, but do believe heating just to stabilize the fluctuations must be a benefit. Yeah. We're not saying one way or other, Phil. It's just literally this time is a question for you guys, question for the audience, for them to have their opinion and let us know. Hi all, I'm still just over 20, but by December, January, hoping to keep the temps at 12. So you're heating it as well, Simon, as well, I guess. Wayside Koi says, as I would, Skegget. Irish Joy Decoy. No, I don't heat, but I do try to stop day and night temperatures swinging as much as possible by covering the pond up. It's the fast changing temperatures that I've found to be fatal in the past years. Yeah, somebody was saying the same, weren't they?
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier today, saying when you're getting these temps going up from, well, we've been up in 30s, haven't we? I mean, might be up to 36 degrees, midsummer when it was red hot. Dropping down to 27 a week later, then dropping down 2 to 3 weeks later down to 17. From 17 week later, dropping down to 9. And you're thinking, Jesus Christ, that's a rapid, quick drop off, and obviously not good for your feed. But you can tell, can't you? You can tell that it's cooler on the night. Go out with dog, feel it definitely dropped off. You
alluded to something to the other day. Is anybody finding? I don't know if we said it last week. You're feeding your fish. Are they producing more waste?
Yeah,
with mine are.
That's what that. Well, yeah. I mean, through the summer months, I've hardly seen any waste at all.
Yeah, I must admit, I've noticed a bit in my pond lately.
And now it's coming a bit cooler. I'm seeing more waste, and it seems bigger than what it was.
Is it because the fish are moving about slower, or is it just because they're not smashing it up because they're racing about with the tails and such, breaking out?
Yeah, I suppose it could be, because they're not moving around the pond as much or as rapid or as fast. I tell you what, something that does make your fish move around the pond real fast, and that's, is it aquaflab? What? No, what's the Alprex?
Alprex.
When a dog jumps in it.
Yeah. They were like circling round and round and round and round and round. They never stopped for 3 hours straight.
That theory on feeding bigger food, I'm feeding that other stuff what I've got at the minute until tomorrow I can get some of that other stuff food back, and it's covered. The bottom of the pond, the bottom's covered in a certain area.
Yeah, so it obviously goes straight through them. They're not absorbing as much.
It's just more convincing that the feed that we're on and what we're using from Kunikoi is way better than whatever you're using right now and what we were using in the past.
Yeah, 100%.
Carol Lawson says it's getting really cold. It really is, Carol.
Yes.
I'll tell you something. I noticed today my ankle this morning when I got up, my ankle were a little bit achy, and so
my
all
fingers,
the areas where my collarbone and my fist. where you've had a break or a baddish break, you tend to find that those areas tend to stiffen up a little bit. And I did feel it this morning on my hands when I was sanding down. I was thinking, God damn, my hands feel a bit stiff and a bit slow to get going. But it did feel a lot cold this morning than what. But I was up in Preston, and it was pretty cold up that way today. Skeggy's got a smiling face with John. Mike from Jessica says, I have always gone the natural route. I have always found the colour benefits come spring. Yeah, that's one thing I've not really had any colour drop off my fish too much or too great, and I've always gone down the natural. So, yeah. So maybe as you go down natural, your benefits as your sumi and your bene stay as they are, and your sumi comes up and you get the nice look of your fish in the winter. Come the summer months, you get the flip reverse. But yeah, so it's interesting to what people think. I still get mine spawning around June, July when I raise the temps from 23 to 26 in 10 years, never had any problems. Oh, there you go, sweet. Yeah. There you go, Daz. So if you do think about eating your polytunnel, and the reason for the question is Daz is thinking about going into eating his polytunnel, and at some point when it does expand in years to come or months to come, whatever it might be, Daz, it's an interesting thing to think if you keep your brood stock indoors, whether or not you might be able to get another spawn out of them, or whether or not they're not going to spawn because you've heated them. At least,
yes,
we could do a little bit more confirmation if anybody else had if you got younger fish and they had actually had a spawn yet, then you're not going to know. But if anybody's out there that's noticed anything else, first day of autumn tomorrow, as Gary already said, as Mick already said. Ilsley says, hi all, good evening, mate. Hi, Black Country Koi bloke, Davy Koi says, never heated the main pond, but did eat the fry through the winter last year, and they kept them at about 15 volts. They were all like having a shocking time. My heater will be turned down to 18 second week in October, then end of October I will be putting the heater on 8 and let the water cool naturally until it stabilizes at 8 degrees. Yeah. My covers will go on overnight. When I go down to 15, then permanent for 2 months. It's at 10. It's at 10. Definitely helps retain some of the heat, so reduces the cost slightly. You did leave them on late though this year, Phil. I think you was probably one of the last YouTubers or last people that I know of that had still got his pond covers on. You were well into spring. I mean, I kicked mine in. I kicked all mine into spring about 3-4 weeks before everybody. Well, that I was watching and seeing, and everybody else has still got the pond covers on. For me, I don't like pond covers. I do for what they do, but I don't because you don't get to see your fish. You only get to see them for like 7 or 8 months a year. And that's it. If you look at, when will you be putting them on this year, Phil? When you're thinking about changing them? In clock time wise, British standard BST British summertime ends when the clocks go back next month. So it's spring forward, fall back. Koi Karma, I will be covering when it gets really cold. There we go. Mark's Country Koi, as a dealer, I'm growing fish from 3 to 4 inch to 10 to 11 inch, ready for spring each year, so customers get good sized fish. If I was a hobbyist, I wouldn't heat. I don't think with the price rises. Right, so that makes sense that you do. And was it Mark's Country Koi that mentioned about this spawning?
Yeah.
That's sweet. So do you use your own fish for breeding, Mark? Then is it your own spawn that your own fry that you're growing on as well, or do you buy any in as well, mate? Be interested to know.
Yeah, and
obviously,
it would be, if Mark's got an outlet or anything like that, it would be interesting. It'd be interesting to see if he'd come on to talk about what he does as a professional person.
If you ever want to jump in, mate, one evening and give yourself a promote and push your business, feel free, mate. Let me know. Hit me up.
It would be nice to go and see him wherever he is.
It'd be another trip out, wouldn't it? Which would be pretty cool. if you could do us an absolutely solid, Mark, if you don't mind, if you could send me an email, mate, to Gaz's Koi Pond 1 at virginmedia.com and drop us some of your details, mate. If you are open to the public for visits and stuff like that, that'd be cool to have another place to pop down and have a look at and go around and have a see. And if you're interested in coming on, mate, feel free to hit us up with some info and I'll share you a link one evening. Now then, yeah, well, we'll get to that. And we'll hopefully see if we can get you on, mate. You can come on and promote yourself a little. Tony Barker, to all those that don't heat, if you could heat your pond for free, would you change your minds and heat? Now then, there's a good question.
Sure, most people would, yeah. If we do it for free.
Yeah, I think if it were free and I could, most definitely. Because
I'd probably keep it.
I could enjoy the picture around them.
It's below the 8 degrees. I've heard and read that the koi do start to struggle. So yeah, I'd probably keep it around the 10 degrees mark all year round if I could.
I mean, if it were free, I mean, god damn, I'd have to build another bigger pond again after the one that I'm just going to build. Especially if I could get that amount of food in them like I did this summer. And that was, I mean, I know it's nothing in comparison to what, there's a lot of people out there that grow fish on. There's a lot of people that grow fish on and grow massive. Now, I've not really got much size on most of my fish. So what I've done and what I've achieved this summer for me is
well,
I mean,
you've done good.
Pretty impressed with some of the growth and some of the sizes that I've got on my fish. Fish that I've never grown at all, I've put on 5 cm, which is, you know, nice to see him getting and starting. I'm just kicking myself. I never bothered to go to a smaller pellet and a slightly, well, in my opinion now, better food. Skeggy says, no, Tony, I wouldn't. What does everybody else think on that question as well? Anyway, what does everybody else think? Would you, if you could, if it were free, would you heat?
I would.
Oh my God.
Polylocothic.
Yeah, koi are that, which means their body temperature is governed by surrounding water temperature. They are hardy cold water fish.
Poikilothermic.
The pro-life rate in the wide range of water temps. Yeah. Whatever that
Poikilothermic.
Poikilothermic. Yeah. God. Thanks, Jill. That got me with that one. Thanks very much. So basically, they're happy and comfortable in whatever they're in around them, then, but less active in cooler temps.
Yeah.
Black Country Koi says, I had carp pox in the warmer weather and it's dropped off. Now it's cooled down. See, there you go. I've just got one that's had carp pox this year, but he had it last year, and he had it within a matter of months of me buying it, and it's in the same place, and it's not got, it has got a little bit bigger, but it's all on the fins. I'm hoping it comes off.
We did something at our friend's place, didn't we, Daz and Gaz?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We did something that Davey did by getting a PP paste, and we put it on the carp pox.
Yeah, the meat. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did. Truthfully, though, we don't know whether or not. It could purely be coincidence. I mean, water temps did warm up a hell of a lot. Could be that to do with it. But we did. He had a couple of fish that needed some ulcer treating, so we treated those. And when we treat those fish with the ulcers, 1 or 2 of them also had carp pox. So just for, you know,
science.
I know people like that one. Just for science, before we give it a go and try it. And we applied it direct to the areas. And then a couple of weeks after we'd done that, which it seemed to be getting better, and the ulcers healed up. And then we had 1 or 2 other fish. So we gave it a try at just using CT. We used the CT, all the rest of the ulcers and the fish that had a little bit of fin rot, wasn't it? That cleared up perfect. That all went. But all the carp pox disappeared in that week. Gone. Completely. Everything.
Yeah.
Now, I tried CT in mine just for shits and giggles to see if it would get rid of the cart pox on mine. It didn't, but I did. The cart pox did go on the carcoop. Now, whether or not I should maybe try the PP, I'm not saying it was. It could just be pure coincidence, but
it's coincidence, didn't it? Like it is a bit.
That it happened exactly within the week that we did those 2 treatments. So one or the other might have had some effect. I'm not saying it did, but may have. At Tony Barker, I wouldn't heat. It wouldn't heat. There you go. Gary says he wouldn't. For me, Gaz, I get where you're coming from. Going in the natural route and giving them what they really should have, I agree with. But in an ideal world, if I wanted to be able to see me fish and be around them all winter and still continue my hobby, I mean, that's one of the other reasons why I have tropicals, so that I can continue my hobby indoors and just monitor them outside when I don't really have much to do with them other than filter cleans, and that's it, really. Carol says, I've got cart pox on my Gromo. Yes, I would heat if money was available. There you go. Or if it were free, Carol.
Yeah.
Black Country Koi says, I would, Tony. That's why I'm wiring into the lamppost. King is laughing face, David. That's a good one, Black Country. LOL from Pond and Garden. My koi group together above the warm water returns and pushes each other to get to the best position. So they do hustle and bustle then to get the warmest. Yeah, so they do rotate then. Interesting. Phil Walker, and that's the reason why I said evening, because I read that comment already in my head. Good evening, all. Good evening, Phil. Hope you're good. Again, another new name, I think. If not, I apologize, sir. But if it is, welcome to GKP Live. We've got an evening, Phil, from Skeggy. We've got heated 365 can also be a factor to egg-bound females. There you go.
Right. Yeah. Now, if you ever seen Andy Daly's channel, he had some big fish that I seem to think they'd never spawned, and he kept them heated every winter. He kept them. He got an air source heat pump, and the year that he decided to make his pond bigger, he took them out of the pond, put them in an unheated swimming pool, and had that heat been suppressing the spawning urge for years, and then as soon as you took that off, bang, they all start spawning.
Yeah, but
that's the way it seemed.
But I mean, I don't know if you know
about twice, in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Corridorus and Plex. If you do a water change and you do a cold water change, that makes
water temperature cold. Well, White Cloud and Mountain Minnows, they do the same.
The same, yeah.
As I'm talking over, mate, that was rude. Well, what were you saying, mate?
Me?
Yeah,
I know cold water can trigger them to spawn, because I do that sometimes to try and get mine to spawn, get the hose pipe in and cool it down. It simulates rain, because carp do tend to move into the shallows in this sort of spring, early summertime, and particularly when we have heavy rain and it floods and the water goes up the bank, the carp swim into where all the flooded grass is and they spawn on those areas. And I think that's why flooding it with a bit of cold water can trick them into thinking they've had a massive downpour and it's time to spawn in the shallows.
Yeah, and get ready for going.
Yeah.
There is, though, in the there's a lot of tropicals that are triggered by what they would call the mountain thaw.
Yeah.
As it
coolish flush.
Yeah. Pond and Garden says, I knew there was something wrong the other day, Vince. LOL. Was you egg bound? My water's gone to shit and blanket weed explosion. Mate. Oh, God, no. Damn it. I was just going to say, get yourself. Now then, this is a question for Vince, and I might as well ask him on here as opposed to anywhere else, mate. Skeggy, I was going to say, blanket answer, cloverleaf. Absolutely fantastic, but God damn, you would have to have like a lorry load for the size of your pond. The question for you, Vince, we were talking about cloverleaf. A lot of your videos, you turn around and say, your wife's going around and she's doing the blanket weed run, or you've just done the blanket weed run. it's my understanding with blanket weed, the more you disturb it, the more the more the bits that you break off, the more
spores.
Those are spores, and it encourages the blanket weed to continue and grow. And I know you say you don't use blanket answer, but blanket answer is a natural product. It's not any form of chemicals, a natural enzyme. Yeah. It doesn't contain any form of chemicals. It's a natural product, mate. So I'm just wondering as to why you choose not to use anything like that, mate. It'd be interesting as to find out why. I mean, yes, wrapping it up around a stick or that your fancy brush thing that you've developed and getting it all out, but it's my understanding that when you do that, you break up the spores and they all disperse around the pond, and it encourages more of it to grow in your pond.
I don't control the blanket weed in my fry tanks because it's I don't like putting anything in with the fry chemical wise. I know you say it doesn't no harsh chemicals, but
I chemicals at all.
I tend to collect it up and into a big ball and take it out periodically. But the more you do that, the more the fine fuzz seems to spread around the sides of the tank until eventually it's just growing from everywhere.
The
airlines, it reaches a point where you think, no, this is enough. I've got to blitz it properly.
But in winter time, I always let mine grow. So
you do that for the grazing effect, don't they? So they've got some you want to do.
Natural. It gets to about 6 inch long in my pond. 7 most, and they just go into it as well and hide into it.
Gives them a bit of cover, yeah. Gives them something to wrap up with when it's really cold at night.
Being the blanket. Mike Bass says last spring temps went from +30 down. Yeah, they did, didn't they? +30 down to +8 within a week, and that's what the ASHP stabilizers. Yeah, that's the air source heat pump.
We've got
Jeff says.
We've got royalty. We've got royalty watching at the minute.
Evening, Jeff.
Royalty watching. Well, we'll touch on that one. Now then, well, I think we've hashed out that one. I'm just double checking to see if there's anybody else. That's even if they have, we'll come to them anyway. But we'll kick off with the next subject, because one of the comments is slightly further down, which is this one. What makes your fish move fast is a bloody heron. Which is one of his topics. Thanks very much for the prompt there, Skegger. Anti-heron devices. What do you guys think is the best, or what works the best, and what do you guys have on your pond?
And what do you reckon to this one? My mum speaking to a guy, I think he's a Lord Mayor of Nottingham, ex-mayor, and he's got a big koi pond, and he was saying that someone told him to get a rubber snake, like the ones you get from gift shops at these like Sea Life, Sea World places, and put that on the side of the pond. And he apparently did that, and he says he's never had any problem with herons since, because he was really plagued with herons who were taking a lot of his fish. So has anyone else had any tried with a rubber snake? I mean, it sounds a bit bizarre to me. I'd be very interested if it works for anyone else.
I do know Vince has an ornament of a snake, or did have, just above his toe side tank.
Right.
At one point, he definitely did have. When it was the IBC before he built the new one, he did have a snake, and I think that was to imitate a predator to prevent predators from coming to his pond.
Yeah, which plastic herons certainly don't work. I've tried that before. I think they try and mate with them. I think it attracts them.
Now, we could all do this. Now, this is something that Gary could help us with. He could send every one of us a photo. We could blow it up, because he says, or me looking at them, Skegger. You can provide us all with a quick free photograph to stick on your fence outside of your pond, and that'll keep the heron away. Twisted Koi, much can you be more specific on whichever brand you mean? Much can you?
Oh, with the cloverleaf, the
blanket answer.
Blanket answer, yeah.
Blanket answer is the one that I use, and it's because it's a natural enzymes in it. There is no chemicals. And I've always found, Vince, that it works no matter how bad it is. I've never had it fail yet, ever. Mick. Very sorry.
I
it was supposed to be Mick.
Cloverleaf.
Cloverleaf, yeah.
Cloverleaf blanket answer, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to put enough in. I didn't. I thought I'd measured it out right, didn't. And it burnt it back a bit, but then it came back with a vengeance. So
I've found that when you see it changing, Dan, when you see it changing from that what's normal lining bond, just starting to get to like 2 or 3 cm. Once it starts getting to that length, treat it with a half dose, and it's gone.
Right, I'll try that next time.
And I haven't had it come back at all since this year. I've only tried once, and that was only with half dose. So it does work and it's good. Skeggy's put zips, must resist. I've been using Evolution Aqua Wheat Gem, and they've had loads of poop since using it, and I'm having to scrape it towards the retro bottom drain. Yeah. That's what I didn't like about last year feeding Wheat Gem. There was shit everywhere, and it was massive. There were plenty of it, and it's
too much fibre.
Yeah.
Listen this one. Japan Mix is still only Coppens, Gaz. It might very well still only be made by Coppens, but it's not Coppens. It's Japan Mix is made by Coppens to their specification.
Yeah, it's not the same as standard Coppens.
Not the same as Coppens. It's made
by
Coppens to their specification.
Yeah, the holding company is called Kenko.
Yeah,
that's a Quinnicoy company.
I mean, that's what I'm told, Saga. I'm not saying it's anything special. I'm saying it's special in comparison to what I was using, because what I was using before was Ikari, and that was the cheaper Ikari, and it had no effect. But they were bigger pellets as well. Maybe it might be the smaller pellets that's meant that the little fish have had their fair share too.
To be fair, all 5 of us have had good results on it, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some fish that have grown at 10 cm.
Yeah, if it's no good, we all
that's a lot of growth for a fish. The fish that I got from Vince was 26 cm, and now is 37 cm. That's just from April to now. That's a lot of growth for a fish.
I used to pick Coppens before, and I had mediocre results, but the oil off it, it's terrible. There's an oil slick every time I fed them.
Yeah, and
you get that with this food.
The tannins in your water as well, it makes your water discoloured too. But yeah, I'm not saying it's special, mate, but it's certainly a hell of a lot better than what I've used. If it was if somebody had put me onto it a couple of years ago, I'd have been well happy. But you know, it's a relative to me, mate. It's a relatively cheap food at the right price that has a good positive effect. That means to me that's pretty decent. That's I wouldn't say special, but it's pretty damn good. Having windows makes a big difference when covers are on. Extends the season. True, very true, Mike, because you can still see your fish.
Yeah.
My covers will go on in November. Also, another benefit of heating is that you can feed much more. So not only can you grow more in the summer, but your fish will have more fat reserves to see them through the winter. Well, they're not having a winter either if you're heating them. I suppose they can just bang it all straight into growth size. So they don't need to build up fat reserve. They can just keep piling on the pounds and keep growing.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely increase the size of your fishes and all that. Fishes. Sorry. My pond is in a greenhouse, a log greenhouse. So temps are keeping more ambient and stable, and heater doesn't come on that frequent. Yeah, so keep it closed makes a big difference. Gaz, Mark's Facebook page in your inbox. Gaz, Mark's Facebook page in your inbox.
Oh, we're definitely way behind on the comments.
That's the benefits of having a camera in your pond. Yeah, but you really need to get that thing on a bigger screen, man. There's no point having a
7-inch 8
It's
inch.
a screen to watch your fish on when you've got the viewing capabilities of a 10-foot by 20-foot pond that you can look over top on.
Still looks cool though. Still looks
It does look cool, but get it up on a big monitor, mate, then I reckon you could really enjoy it. Especially if you're getting 1080 through it, then you really will be able to see him in HD, which would be sweet. Twisted Koi, if you're going to Mark's, he's not far from me. All right, sweet. Right, now I get you. Mark's Facebook page is in. Thank you very much, Gaz. Appreciate it, mate. I do both spawn and buy in. I'm in Salisbury. 10 minutes from Stonehenge. Oh, sweet.
Oh,
there you go. That's
Road
a different trip then. That's somewhere I've always want to go in my life. So we can go down, see you, and then a visit to Stonehenge afterwards.
yeah, knock it over.
If that's all right with yourself, Mark, knock it over.
You wanted the big rock, didn't you, Mick, for the Japanese garden?
Yeah.
Yeah. Best bring a trailer up back at Vandas. We'll go in Van.
Yeah.
Gisper says, I would heat if I had a free heat pump and electric. Yeah, me too, mate. Do you need to see a doctor if you have cartpox, mate? How did you seal the PP to fish? We didn't. That's half the thing, Carol. A lot of the advice that we've taken from others, sealing in treatments is sealing in the bad bacteria.
Unless
you're capping it over.
Now.
Unless you give it, but then again, how do you know you've really got
It's on you've got to do it really.
It kind of cauterizes it, Carol, in a sense, doesn't it? It kind of
It oxidizes on contact
around the actual wound. And we just basically what we done is sedated them and we left them out on a damp towel while we treated the area, left them on a damp towel and just give them that few extra minutes for it to dry off a little bit and then added them back in. And it seemed to work. But I'm not saying it will for your cartpox, Carol, or anything. It would just might be coincidence, but I don't know. It was
just a general observation, wasn't it?
Yeah, just something we noticed. Now it could have been the CT, could have been the both together. I don't know. But koi are ornamental, not natural. Yeah, but they're still genetic.
They are genetically deep down at the genetic level. They are the same.
Weaker carp, but they're still carp.
Yeah. They are cyprinids, aren't they?
Yeah. Life around the koi pond said, I would never heat my pond as I think a fish like the cold.
No, they actually like the cold.
I think they prefer the sun and the summer, but I think they naturally do. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it'd be a bit miffed if we had no winter, really. If it was just hot all the way through.
It'd be sweet. I could live with that. I mean, I do like it, but yeah. I suppose we've got to do a snowman with grandson now. I won't be able to do that then, would I? At Life Around the Koi Pond, if you saw my fish feeding at 23, you would almost certainly change your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, you got some nice fish, man.
So, here's the next one. James.
That's what I'm saying.
Good evening, folks. Good evening, James.
Hi, James.
Good to see you back, mate. And where the hell have you been?
Yeah,
what have you been up
to? Videos, mate.
You've been dropped off for a long while. Hope the video and contents are going to be coming back through thick and strong, mate. Nice to see you back, and thank you very much for joining us. Very much appreciated. David Coy says, James, thumbs up, thumbs up. Twisted Coy says, James, cupcake. In case you're wondering there, mate, he calls everybody cupcake. Some say he's an aquatic nutter. Evening, James, or Jans. Hi, James from Pond and Garden. Kushti Coy says, hi all. Good evening, Kushti.
Good evening, Kushti.
James the Koi Whisperer says, good evening, all.
Evening, mate.
Evening.
Twisted Koi says, I will come next week, brother.
Come on next
week.
Right,
brilliant. Looking forward to that, Vince.
Oh, my bad reading.
Forward to that, mate.
I were thinking you were on a promise then for a minute, twins. Fancy bush. It's a bog brush. Honestly, that was me taking the piss. I know what it is, but he calls it a technical device. Evening, James from Skeggy. Hi, Kushti from Skeggy. Hi, Kushti from Pond and Garden. Hi, all from Keith and Paula's Pond Build.
Hi, Keith, Paula.
you, Keith and Paul. I hope you're both good. No need to call me royalty. Tom Fenn.
It was James.
KMP from Twisted Cupcake, thumbs up. A shotgun is best. A shotgun.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's exactly what I said. It reminded me of the Jasper Carrot sketch where he does the sitting on a turntable trying to get rid of the moles in his garden when he sits there with a flashlight on strapped to a shotgun and blasts the crap out of everything that moves. That's exactly what I said, Copsy. I thought we're all sovereign. I thought, stroke new, we're all sovereign. Keith and Paula in the pub, so can't stay long. But anyone here for helping us fit our window?
Oh, was this the giant window?
This is the one that you'd be in serious shit for if you were that guy that dropped it. Because it's well and took a minute just to get hold of it. I think I'll pass on that one. I don't want to be the one responsible for dropping. 67 at present in the live stream. 38 thumbs up, guys. Come on, do us a huge favour. Let's see if we can get the 67 thumbs up. That would be absolutely fantastic. And it would really, well, it'd be a massive, well, I don't think we'd ever beat it again, but it would be a massive good kick to the nuts for the thumbs up that we've had in the past. So do us a favour, guys. Share us a bit of love. Give us some thumbs up if you're enjoying the content and you're enjoying the special royalty guests that we've got.
Yeah.
See, Twisted Classic Jasper Carrot. Sorry, I'm reading the both screens. But
we've got a bit of fiberglass royalty in the house. GPR lining services.
Oh, sweet! We've got me running around the garden, flapping my arms and squawking. I'd pay to see that. That'd be pretty damn funny. Shotgun works best, but you got a floating crocodile head.
Now, I had a crocodile, not a real crocodile, a plastic crocodile, and that was on the. It did look very lifelike on the edge of the pond, and its mouth sort of, like clicked it back. Its mouth was cranked open, so it looked quite fierce. And that was on the edge of the pond for about 5 years, and it made no bloody difference. The errands kept coming.
I once, when I used to, for a time, I used to do a little bit of delivery for UK Mail, and I'd seen this guy. Massive, great big house, beautiful. A buzz gate to get in, let me in. I'm driving up the yard, and I parked. I thought I don't want to go too far up here in case, gravel pitched yard, gravel stone all over the yard. I thought I don't want to go too far up here in case I make a right mess and put ruts all the way up his drive. So I jumped out, and this guy is gardening and doing everything around pond. And as I'm walking up, having a bit of a nosy as you do, interested in ponds, whatever, having a bit of a look at it, go up, make my delivery, put the parcel in. Get a signature, walking back down. As I'm walking back down, there's a fucking great big crocodile on banking, and I shit myself. And the guy that were gardening had dragged it up and put it outside at banking so he could cut lawn. I didn't realise, but it must have been further down as he's cutting round with lawn. He'd moved this crocodile further up to area where he'd already trimmed. And I crapped myself. I thought it were real for a minute. It's shipping. I proper ran back to the van thinking, God damn. The guy stood there and I wound window down and he says, sorry, mate, I'll move that there. Well, yeah, you lousy son. Proper convinced me for a minute that we were a real one. I even took a picture of it. It looked that good.
How many errands have ever seen a crocodile, though?
Well,
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't that. It was miles away, looking at where my next drop was, kind of thing, and just got a.
I have a light box.
A what?
A flashing light box.
Is that what you have on pond? What to?
Yeah. It's like a thing that floats around the pond, and it puts like flashes lights.
Does it work? I hear you've got another secret weapon.
Magic trick, mate.
Yeah.
One thing I have heard that works though, the hose pipe thing where you plug it in and it's on like a PIR.
Yeah,
and
when that fires.
No. Why would a water bird be scared of water? We wouldn't.
I've seen them blasted in the face with it.
No, but if you watch videos, seriously, if you watch videos of them, you'll see it Aaron, and you'll see it going, and he's just hitting him. And he's thinking, okay. And just carries on walking back on.
Another waste of money.
Yeah.
You also have an electric fence, though, don't you, Daz?
Yeah. I must admit, I've not had any heron problems since we put the net in the electric fence and the gun turret up. Yeah, it seems pretty. Well, it's just a bloody foxes now.
Yeah, the foxes aren't bothered by it all, and even busted in there the last time they come round.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Come through the electric cable.
Yeah,
she must have been feeding young. She must have been feeding young to be that hungry. 100%.
Not this time of
I
year.
agree. She was definitely coming in. She weren't having none of that washing to bust electric fence.
Notice of it.
Yeah, did make her. But
And
what
that
do you
hurt the fox.
guys? Sorry?
So it must have hurt the fox because I've been whacked by it a few times. You have to give you a fair belt.
Yeah, it did give me a whack.
Wow.
I knew I'd touched it, Daz, that is for sure. I knew I'd definitely thought, oh my God. And I only quickly touched it. And yeah, I had to delete the video and start again.
You won't want to do it again.
No, I won't want to do it again, full stop. My mate peed on one when he was a kid as well, on an electric fence. That was a cattle fence.
Cattle fence.
Stood in corner of a farmer's field and had a peed against electric fence and got a right shot where you won't really want one.
Yeah, I've leant over with no shirt on. It's caught my nipple. Wow.
Tell you what I would be interested in doing. We did it as kids. You all hold hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You're on your own line, and then the person grabs it, and the guy at the end gets the whack.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to do.
Should we try that next time we're up there?
Yeah.
No.
Well, Jeff, you can go at the end, just in case.
Yeah.
Koi Karma says, hi, James the Koi Whisperer. Oh, hi, James the Whisperer. Mike Bass, I'm off to buy a toy snake. Yeah, well, who knows? I've never tried it myself, but it might work.
Yeah.
Christy White, this is one thing I would 100% agree with. While I had both my two staffies, never had a problem with the heron coming around at all. Never came nowhere near it. They were in guard. I seen him sat on fence. I let dogs out, and he never came back in that whole time ever.
Daz, I've just been informed. Matt, GPR, and James are fake accounts, mate.
Yeah, well, if they are, they are.
That comes as no surprise.
There's a shock. Well, not said anything nasty. So up till present,
No.
until they do.
More views.
Yeah, still 2 more views. It's all good. The more comments we get, the more people we get in, the more my channel keeps growing. So if you want to keep coming in and trolling as you are without being nasty, that's all good by me. Charlie Bifter Brown says Mickey's the best heron chaser. See, I knew you'd got a secret.
You can't be a naked man chasing a heron. That heron will be dead for life.
Would you like to add to that, Mick? And how exactly you chased it? Would you remain quiet about it?
Yeah, I'll tell you if you want me to. You have told you anyway. You do it.
I know, but nobody else does. But this is the way that you can do it yourselves at home if you wanted.
Yeah.
Leave it there. I have trellis around the pond. Loads of herons here. I live near the nature reserve, so that's why you have it all fully built round. Gary from Pond Garden has the exact same thing as well. We have
Attenborough Nature Reserve right on the doorstep.
Yeah. Is there otters? Is there otters there now?
There is otters there now, yeah. In
Yeah,
fact, Mike Bass was saying that, was it Mike Bass? That someone near him or a friend of his had to...
Yeah, otters around his pond that nailed everything, took everything one by one until they'd eventually got none left at all. Pond Gardeners put up here, just to mention, it's illegal and a criminal offence to kill or harm herons. I don't believe anybody said anything about harming them. Using a shotgun could be to warn them, but I think if the average person went in the back garden and started shooting a shotgun, that'd be slightly more illegal than shooting at a heron. But I agree, Garrett. It is, and they are protected. Phil Walker says, I've got 16 koi, males and females. My koi never...
Spoon? Born.
Right, so they never
coin never. Mine never call.
No, coin never spawn. Spoon.
Yeah.
Spoon. Is that code? My coin.
Spooning, but not spawning.
James, house champion. Gary from Pond and Garden, and Garden's Gargoyles. Oh dear. Got a bird chasing Rottweiler herons wouldn't stand a chance. No mixed koi food. No mixed, right? The koi food that he's using now. What's the koi food that you're using now that's made them all shit like crazy?
Is it Scretins?
It's that. Some of that is, but then it's a wheat germ. It is a wheat germ.
My God, these are useless. Always asleep when they come.
Yeah, I think it's some kind. I can't remember. I can't remember what. It's just a cheap wheat germ food, I think.
Right.
Mixed in with, like I say, I've got some them sinking pellets as well.
Yeah.
But it does. It's like a shit factory.
Here we are again. I use Japan mixed for years, but it's nothing to write home about. If it works for you, then great. But I never saw any benefits with it other than waste was more.
What do you use, Davey, at the moment?
Well, I once again will say that food is special, fantastic, brilliant, and I've got shitloads of growth on it. So you must have been doing something wrong. Happens you weren't giving them enough, mate, or perhaps maybe you were giving them too much and making them shit like crazy. Who knows?
What size pellet?
What the free mill is the one that we're using. Do you use free mill as well, David? Or were you using a bigger pellet? I haven't used a bigger pellet, and I don't think I ever will. Oh, look at this one. At Skeggy Pond as Shelton. Gary Goyle is the correct name. And the laughing faces. Skeggy, I found a little rat dog, i.e. chinchilla, gets those little those lazy dogs to move.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. Gets those little lazy dogs to move, but I don't have Neo-Mastiff. But I did have a Neo-Mastiff, right? So the Chihuahua used to chase your Mastiff. Get a Yorkie cross 2 years as bad. Keep them poorly. You can all have a beer and a burger after, not before.
What about the window fitting?
Evening, Keeping Paula from Skeggy. Never cover my pond, like to see my koi all year round. Me too, mate. I think that way you can keep an eye on them. I suppose you can lift them up, but it's a pain in the ass after doing it, in my opinion. But yeah. Daz with a smiley face. Back around the koi pond, I would say a dressed up mannequin at the side of the pond would scare herons and fish fragments.
Well, a lot of fishing clubs use the mannequins like a reflective jacket on to scare cormorants, and it works.
Yeah.
Should send me a link for the next one, and I will join. If that's really you, James, I'll send it to the real James, and we'll see if he does, because I do have him as a private person. But if not, we'll see what James the Koi Whisperer's got to say about somebody else using his details and stuff on Facebook. Gary Stevens says, "Evening, chaps. Nice haircut, mate."
Thanks, mate.
Looks like a skinhead. All off.
Get one same to you tomorrow, mate.
Yeah.
You gone off? All lot? Down to wood?
No,
Yeah.
Just the sides off.
I like trimming.
Yeah.
Evening, lads. Hope you're all well from Koi Collector.
Hi,
Good evening, bud. Hope you're all good, mate, as well. Family all well?
I'm going to have a pop.
GRP lining services.
All
Which you get? Yeah, I kind of doubt it probably is, but if it is, good evening, Matt. Hope you're well. Classic Jasper Carrot. It was, mate. It's belter, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. I've got to show these guys at some point because it's well worth a laugh. Matt, Cupcake, thumbs up. Evening, Matt. Evening, Matt. Matt, GRP and James, both fake accounts. CRC is very tasty. Eat it in Kenya. CRC, croc. Croc is very tasty. Ooh.
Yeah.
I have Stone Dragon. I have to try moving that around.
Does that scare the herons?
Yeah. See, well, what makes you think? Alligator is very tasty as well, apparently. Some say he was recently offered to be the next 007. His opening line went, "The name's Pond, James Pond, and I have the license to thank your mother for the rabbits." Do us a favour, Gaz, you know you've got James and you know him very well and you've got him on your personal, mate. Just give him a mention, bud. See if this is actually him that's on. We all know he's called the Koi Whisperer. Evening, Mr. Walker. With a waving hand, if I had your koi, I would not had your koi. Not only would I cover the pond, I would also move in bed out there so that they could be the first thing and last thing I saw each day. How sad am I?
So it sounds like he's got some amazing koi there.
I had a young fox in the daytime yesterday coming to the garden after waterfall apple.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
apple. That's it.
Yeah, I've seen that quite regularly.
Koi Karma says he tried crocodile in Kenya. It tasted like bleh. Our little nest chases the birds off. The two big fluffy bitches. Don't bother. LOL. You had to stick that one in, didn't you? Two big fluffy bitches. It is skeggy. I ate alligator when I was in Africa.
Oh,
Jill, loved it. Jill, Skegster, not sure Matt's fake. No idea about James. Not sure Matt's fake. No idea about James. There we go. Defo fake, Paula. Check the channels. No content. Right then. Well, if that's the case, Skeggy, do us a huge favour. If they've got no content and they are fake, ban them both, please. Stop shouting. It was so tasty, Skeggy. This is my studio. Thank you very much, dear. Time out, legend, rude. Sorry, got to go. We'll catch up tomorrow. Take it easy, Carol.
Bye, Carol. Have a nice night.
Carol,
Already gone.
weekend.
Next time. See you, Carol. Bye, Carol. Night, Carol. Don't talk about timing. Just set Jill off. Anybody that you think or you suspect, admin that's out there, if you suspect them as being fake accounts, check their accounts. If they've got none, just ban them, please. TTFN, Carol. Night, Carol. Night, Carol. Smiley face. Bush. Scissors. Trimming.
Yeah, you got about trimming. That's what it said, trimming.
I've just messaged James. See, I knew it would resort to bush trimming. Is on the way. Night, Carol. And restaurant in Telford serves crocodile, ostrich, and kangaroo. All delicious, but very rich.
Oh, yeah.
Ostrich, apparently. There's an ostrich farm up by us, to be fair. Up over at Moors, just over tops of Pennines. They breed ostrich, I'm sure they do.
Big drumstick.
And look at that. Yeah, that's a massive drumstick, isn't it? That's what.
A proper caveman drumstick, that is.
I'll have a leg, you're all right. You can have the breast. 52 watching now, so it's dropped off quite a bit. So no doubt all the rest of them have been moved on. Thank you very much for removing those. Daz, appreciate it, bud. 47 thumbs up. We're close. We're getting close. We're getting close up to 54 last week. Let's with 52 in now. 54 again. People probably coming back or somebody else. That's just James. James is watching and says 1000% it wasn't him. Yeah. Thank you very much, James. If you are watching, mate. Sorry if people are coming on and hijacking your name, mate. These people really have truly got nothing better else to do with their sad, miserable, boring lives. James is watching. There you go. James is watching and says 1000% it wasn't him. Keith and Paul is bomb build. Matt's not far away. Trust me. All the same, James, if you are watching, just being told by Gary. Oh, there we go. The real James is in the house. Now, don't ban this one.
Right.
Just in case.
Colin, put the spanner down.
Thanks very much, James. Good to see you back. I'll speak to the real person. Good to see you back, mate. Glad to
Proper
see
royalty now.
with the YouTube vids. Look forward to seeing what's coming up in your future content, mate. Hope you've enjoyed your break. Where you been? What you been up to? Right, so we talked a little about anti-error devices. We have one other one, which is something which I would like to know. And again, this is a question for you guys. Lady koi keepers, why are they so few? According to my YouTube stats, only 11% of my followers and subscribers are female, which is, you'd probably think, I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of female koi keepers out there, but does anybody know as to why we have less female koi keepers than what we do males? What is it that makes it more of a manly thing than a feminine thing?
Yeah.
Keeping in general. I don't know. What's your guys' opinions? What do you think? What do you think? I mean, there are a few, obviously, Carol, that we've just seen, and there's Law Marco.
And then Jill. And Jill.
Yeah. And we've also got Keith and Paula. They're interested in, but when you think about it, there's not a great deal of many, is there? There's not very many that you could say are on YouTubers. I only know of 3.
A few. There's not many. It's a shame. It is a shame because the lady's eye is supposed to be better for picking koi out than my wife's eye is better than picking for
definitely. Especially when it comes to Sankey.
Oh, now keep it respectful. James, the Koi Whisper, I am in the house. Thank you very much for joining us, mate. Appreciate it. Somebody check that account and make sure it is actually the James. And we've got some content. We're not being trolled, double trolled. The real Koi Whisperer, please stand up. And if you're at home now, James, I expect you to be standing. I'm outside the house, Wayside Koi. That is a genuine tamed pond nutter. We just wasted that one, Gaz. Sorry, mate. We wasted it on the other one, but I'm sure James, if he wants to read it, can go back and catch back up on that one. James, Cupcake, thumbs up. We're going to have to go all the way through these introductions to James again. Now we actually have the real James in. James, this is like a double barrel for you, mate. You've already had this. Thumbs up, Rabbit. Life around the koi pond. How soon do you turn off your UV filter in winter? I don't. Unless it gets real cold and you want to, you're thinking along the lines of turning it off, because I actually this year actually I can turn one off because my other one is now inside my filter shed, so I can turn one off this year, which is something I can do for definite. But genuinely, mate, I don't. I leave it on, but that might be the reason why I don't suffer so much from blanket weed.
Mr. Bass.
Got Oi Skegget, that's my line from Pond the Garden. James. Simon Shears. Let's try to keep it as respectful as possible, please. Women too busy cleaning and making and bringing up rabbits. Says he's not the Stig, but he is the Stig aquatic love child. There we go. A little bit smaller than the last one, James. Gaz, but equally just for him. Simon. Took him.
Yeah, Paul is on here now. She'll love you.
Yeah. You're in for it, mate. 50% of mine are female, but they don't watch my channel for the koi.
That's the James.
Is it for you young lads that are growing up and turning into men, James?
That's where we're going wrong, you see. We're too old.
It's me, 100% sweet. Tracy said, why have a dog bark?
Why have a dog and bark yourself?
Also, she doesn't do gardening either, but she does get a microscope out when doing scrapes and points out every little blemish on the fish. Yeah. Well, see,
women are very good at that, picking fault.
Yeah, look what's on that fish.
Should that be like that?
Yeah,
Have you
that's
missed
the
a bit?
one.
Yeah, but we can't knock Tracy, Mr. Bass, because she got her hands dirty when we did the grading.
She did. She got in.
She did.
She got stuck in with
She
it
got
all.
stuck in, bless her. She loved it. Like I say, she enjoyed herself. Because like I say, we enjoyed the pleasure of both of you both being around us.
First lady that's ever touched my fish.
Yeah, easy.
Another euphemism. Around the koi pond, my UV is on 365 days a year. There you go. Mine is as well, guys.
Yeah,
well,
mine is normally you need a national grid to run mine.
Yeah. Me and my wife.
All the lights on the street, yours on.
Yeah, that's same as mine, Jamie. Me and Stephanie do it, or Steph does it.
Yes, Stephanie, the truth shall set you free, Mick.
Yeah.
We all know. Mick just did this.
Yeah.
Well, supervisor, I believe.
That's it. Advisory role.
Hi to James, the genuine whisperer, from Dave at Koi Karma. Phil Walker. There is one special lady koi keeper that knows twice as much as me. Okay.
And is that his wife or partner?
I know, might that be Phil Walker? Jill says the UV stays on in winter for themselves. DT Koi, do us a favour, check that one as well, please. Make sure that is the real DT Koi, because he has shut down his account, from what I've been told. DT Koi is fake account. Double check it. If it is, Skeggy, remove it. DT Koi is fake account. I know 100% as he shut down his channel again. Yeah, that's a shame. And he shut it down because of people such as that. I'm just thinking, as the lighter days grow shorter, so less chance of getting green water. It's a way that you can cut back and save, mate. It's a way that you can definitely cut back on your electric, and you knock it off for a bit, see how it goes. If you don't get any green water, then jobs are good. That
my UV's been off 4 weeks now, and my water is crystal clear still. Yeah. So I do think a good filtration system does help. With
that's the sieve section of yours, I believe, mate. That's doing that for you, because that does pull some green out of water, doesn't it? So
it does, yeah.
We've got a hi James from Cops' Koi Chatting Bubbles. Phil Walker says, friend. That must be reference to the lady. There is a special lady koi keeper, a friend. Koi Beginnings. With a wave.
Right.
Thank you very much. I have green water. Damn Delprex. Yeah. Me too, mate, but it's certainly coming out.
Terrible stuff. It's fluorescent, isn't it?
We've got that many fake accounts. It's just like Westminster. I haven't had the UV on all year in the sleeper pond. Is that covered, Davey, or is that? I don't know. Is it covered the sleeper pond?
I think he's got a pergola over it. I'm not 100% sure.
At Skeggy's pond has shot, and like we both said on the phone the other day, we know who's the fake account trolls really are.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do, but we don't. But,
easy to spot, but you're right, but 100%. Whenever they come on, my ratings go up. So more people come because they see
but
higher
they were
being
respectful though. They wasn't being.
To be fair, they might very well have come on in false accounts or false names, but they haven't said anything bad. They haven't, But maybe that's to get people. I don't get it. I don't understand. Each to their own.
Not hard work for nothing.
If that's what you get your kicks out of, then so be it. Polycarbonate roof, yeah. So you take out the element of that UV sunlight, which prevents. Yeah. Now then, there you go. Another one. Yes, Skeggy, you have an eagle eye. I didn't spot nothing. No UV on my front pond. Vince has never had.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that gets full sun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it is crystal clear, absolutely crystal clear. It showed me only 2 days ago on a little video that he did for me, and it was absolutely crystal clear. In fact, it was that clear while they were trying to show me live. He had to record it because all I could see was the reflection of his house in the water. It was that clear.
Yeah. And that's to do with his plant filtration, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bog
through
filtering.
the airlift. Is it?
Simon being a lot of it late, yeah. Lately, should I say? Let's not give them what they want, which is they start out nicely, then turn nasty to try making the genuine YouTubers look bad. Well, at some point, somebody's going to have to do something about it. But other than banning them and removing them, I don't really think there's much more you can do.
As long as, like I say, as long as we keep vigilant now, let's leave it at that.
Still getting blanket weed though. Now, do you use any form of treatment, or do you do the same thing? Do you have the special tool, a bog brush with a handle? Still get blanket weed. Not surprised with all the planting. Phil Walker says, I hardly use my UV on a 550-gallon pound. 550-gallon pound.
No, 5,500 gallon.
Oh, sorry, 5,500.
Yeah.
I think I will make a little comment on my next video saying about all these fake accounts, as some comments could get out of hand. There's something that said, if you understand what I mean. 100%, mate. That's the thing.
It's pretty in your brand, isn't it? If something does happen like that, and I'm not being funny.
It could make somebody look bad, which then ends up having a fallout with somebody that's not naturally been there. But I suppose that's their whole intention. But again, the more we talk about it, the more they're getting what they want, which is airtime and content. So as for now, that's it. We'll put it to the end. Blanket BW answer. Yeah. And Gaz says, bloody hell, Gaz, you got to the end of the comments finally. It's hard work, mate, isn't it? When you get that many amount of people saying hi and going through them all and reading them all, it is genuinely hard work to keep up with them. And
you know what we need? You know what we need, Gaz? We need a Kaz.
We do need a Kaz, but my Marie is never going to. No chance. No, she ain't gonna. Not a chance. Absolutely, James, and it is what's happening. You're right, Skeggy. It is. Go for it, James. Yeah, bang it on, mate. Yeah, bang it on your channel. Say, I had some of my comments put out there on Gaz Skype on GKP's live. Let everybody know. That gives me a plug. Yes. Some of your thousands and thousands of subscribers might swing by and give me a lift and try and get me. I'm close. I'm getting there. We're 748 subscribers. I'm getting there. I'm ever fast, ever greatly increasing. Another 252 to go, and I've hit that magic 1,000. So, anyway, did a water test today on rainwater pH 7.5.
Yes.
KH 0. So you can't get KH even from that.
No.
That's why I have Kaz running the comments. Well, yeah, but the best bit about having this when I run the comments is when we're struggling a little bit, I've always got some content to read and get through and go through. So,
yeah.
Mike, rainwater never has KH value unless it's raining concrete.
Yeah.
Macca. Kyle. Hi guys, hope all is good. How you doing, Kyle? Hope you're well, mate. That is, if that is the real Kyle. I'm going to check that one. Admin are busy tonight. Evening, Kyle. Hello, David, mate. I was taking plants out of the pond last week, and the roots from the grass plants was rank, so never having plants in the pond again.
Yeah, trap bacteria.
Aquaponics, mate. You can have roots without, or have plants without soil, and they're just being gravel. Aquaponics.
Yeah, but Jamie
from Kyle.
Jamie had plants in gravel, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they just got a bit too much to manage for him, didn't it? So that's why he took them out. But he had good.
Well, I suppose when you've got the the gravel and then put your root structure in, your root structure will disperse all around those kind of plants. And if I remember right, James the Koi Whisperer used to have a gravel filter, a gravel bed filter, and he said his went the same way. I do remember back to the early days when he had his pre-filter gravel filter at the side of his pond that used to come up and through. And that, he said, that stunk rank when he removed all that and took all that out and all that.
Yeah. But that's it.
Was
It collects
all
all the
up,
varieties, don't it? So you have to clean it out once a year.
Yeah.
It's a big job.
We've got Skeggy asking for a plug there as well. Yeah, James, you should give us all a shout out. Get me over 500. Hi, Kyle from Copses Koi. Mike Bass, I will show you my aquaponics setup Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just didn't do it this year. That'd be sweet. That'd be interesting to see.
That would be.
I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
For all those that
do we
don't
need to
know what we are doing.
Do we need to bring any refreshments or anything, Mike?
Yeah, let us know if we need to, mate. Drop us a. Well, you're in the chat anyway, mate, so you can bang us a message in there now anytime, whenever you want. Let's see if I can share the screen. Just to double check, screen 2, which is that one again. Allow. There we go, guys. This is the East Midland Koi Club who we're meeting up and we're joining with this weekend. Or we've just joined up, but we are meeting up and going out on our first official visit with them. So if anybody else is interested in joining up, or there's the details, there's the name of the actual Koi group themselves. Click on the join, fill in the details, bang them through, and then hopefully they'll get a bit of an increase in their members as well. And if anybody else is interested in and around the Huddersfield and district area, there's also another one there. That's a new one that's just up and coming to Facebook group, the Huddersfield and District Koi Community. It's new. It's literally just come up out of the ground over the last week or so. And if anybody else is interested in joining another Koi community in and around the Huddersfield district area, there's the details there. Hit that one up as well, guys. Try to see if we can grow his. I promised the owner of the group that I would give him a little shout out and a bit of a plug. And it is one I'm part of myself. So feel free to check that one out too, guys. There we go. That's them two done and plugged, as I said I would. Right. That's so. As long as the planting runs after the filters, there you go. That's it. Yeah. Get your plants after your filters, and then you should be coming through relatively clean.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, whenever I plant any lilies in baskets or anything, I just put neat gravel in. No soil, nothing else, no organic material, just gravel, just to weight them down, basically.
Yeah, that's all that's in my lilies, and they've done really good this year. Soil
or anything to feed the roots. They take enough nitrates out of the water, which is what you want.
Yeah. Black Country Koi says, "You're not at 500 yet." Nobody's getting close. James the Koi Whisperer says, "Yeah, I gave the old gravel filter. Would not recommend it." Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Too much hard work.
Yeah, having to clean them out.
Yeah.
No, the wall at 425. LOL. Oh, check this out. Food and drinks all laid on at the EMKC pond visit. Sweet.
Okay. Cool.
David plugging himself. 550 now, me. I've been you.
That's it. Like I say.
The grass was in gravel. Oh, there you go. Shit. So the root systems must have
trapped
it all.
Detritus and
Sod off, David. I would be happy at 500. Gaz, you were already up there and well above. You only got yourself to blame. You'll get there, mate. You'll get there.
Carry on doing your live shows, mate.
Just to get, 100%. Just to get the community tab back. It's a kick in teeth, isn't it? I don't understand why they do that. Because a community tab would help all channels grow. And at the end of the day, if a channel grows and gets above 1,000, and the more people watch your videos and your content, the more YouTube make. I don't understand why they restrict it. It makes absolutely no sense. the more they get people watching channels, the more they get from advertisement, the more money they make. So why make it difficult to get to a 500 sub so that you can get a community tab, which will only help grow your channel?
Yes. The thing is, though, Gaz,
that one, Gaz.
Yeah, Gaz, you've done it once, mate. You'll get up there again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
EMC used to be a top club. How do you mean used to be? This isn't the same club that you're thinking of, I don't believe.
No, there was 2, I think. Or
There's 2. There's 2.
Yeah, it's not the same one, I don't believe, David.
No, it's not a part of the BKS, is it? I don't think.
Get a video if Mike's aquaponic setup. Will do. I intend to be going down there and filming all day, mate, as long as people don't mind and that are happy with. If not, then I'll film whatever Mike wants me to, and then we'll film whoever does want to be a part of anything if should they wish. Off, I wasn't working. If I wasn't working Sunday, yeah, you'd have been there, mate, would you? I've got my plant bare root into water at the moment. Seems to be doing okay. Hello, everyone. That's just said hello. Use clay beads in baskets or felt strips to the water from seedlings. Floating rafts of polystyrene with baskets of plants suspended. Baskets. I've replaced most of the gravel with alpha grog on the front pond.
Yeah.
Baskets in the top from Kyle. EMKC used to be part of the BKKS. EMKC.
Yeah, East Midlands Koi Club.
Used to be a part of the BKKS.
Yeah.
Right. Big part of the fun of relaunching my channel is the building it back up again. Well, gives you something to do, doesn't it? It gives you something to work towards. It's the same for me, mate. Trying to work my way up there to 1,000. It's difficult, but hopefully one day we'll get there. If not, then it is what it is, and it'll stay as it is. We do. No skin off our nose. We're enjoying what we're doing, guys. At the end of the day, we enjoy sitting here with you guys. We enjoy chatting. We enjoy talking amongst ourselves. If other people get a enjoyment out of it, that's a bonus and a pleasure for us. And again, we've got to the end of the comments. Quick, right? Next question then. Let's see if we can get. What time are we on? We're good. Floating pond skimmers.
Good idea. Anyone had experience of them?
All I've ever seen when anybody that has had a floating pond skimmer is all their. I mean, James again, probably one of the people that I know most to modify a pond skimmer to turn it into another secondary backy shower that fed his backy shower. I'm sure it did.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
But I believe he had to keep it suspended or fastened into the side because it
corner, yeah,
tip over or it,
I think the fish kept bashing themselves against it as well. I think that's
one downside to them. Having those particular ones where they've got that buoyancy pocket on the underside because it's a
the triangle buoyancy aid things,
and it's something for them to flash off and smash into, which is in my idea, not a good idea, is it?
No, the wire dangles down across the bottom of your pond. You have to tie it into one corner, otherwise it goes into the flow, and then it will just go down, release all the shit, and then come back up.
But what do you think the ones that people actually have that actually do float around? I mean, I've never actually seen anybody use it floating around the pond. I've never seen it
corner. Just in corner.
Stuck in the corner, stuck to a side. Doesn't seem to be doing what it's designed to do. And from what I see, most people put stones in baskets and such to stop them from tipping over because your fish knock it once and that's it. It's submerged and upside down and not doing its job at all, burning motor out when it's rattling away. Again, another downside to them. It's another device running in your pond, running another pump when you can use it off of a pump on a built-in skimmer. Yeah, brilliant. I think
skimmers in general do the benefits outweigh the disadvantages? Because at the end of the day, they suck up as much food as they do rubbish. So are you just throwing your food down the drain if your fish can't get to it fast enough?
We have a lot of people that tend to switch them off while they feed, which again,
Yeah.
it's got to be a pain in the ass doing that.
It's a bit pain because if you get to switch it back again, I would.
Your bit of food that don't sink or that a fish don't get, at least it's cleaned up off your pond.
Yeah.
But if you lose a lot down it, then you're throwing a lot of food away, aren't you? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking about skimmers, do you think we could add a skimmer onto my pond relatively easy, or do you think it would be a big job?
Right, well, we've got that's the next comment there. Well, we get what everybody else says and thinks about what we're talking about there. What do you all think, guys, to the floating pond skimmers or pond skimmers in general? Do you think, I don't understand why people put a pond skimmer on and then fire it through something like, what do they call them tubed ones?
Tempest.
Tempest. You go straight from that and into a Tempest, and then you get all that. Well, no, because you don't. I was just going to say that you get all that crap that's in there getting fired up into that, but they have them pre-fillers, don't they? Little sponge sections on bottom of most of them. So it takes all that out first. Yeah, I'm going to be a stupid.
You've got a massive tree over your pond. I can see the benefit of sucking all the leaves out, but other than that, I mean, I haven't got any skimmers in any of my ponds. I've no intention to either. I don't think it's necessary.
You don't think you'd ever put one in, Daz?
No.
I'm tempted to, because I don't have any trees in my garden, but at the end of the court that I live on, there's 3 big oak trees, and the leaves that comes off from that, and I don't know how, but they still manage to get under my netting somehow. Well, I do know.
They do, yeah.
I trim back everything. I have that cut out here, and they always seem to perfectly blow underneath it, which is...
And they're tough as well. They don't break down very quickly, oak leaves. I mean, things like Bitter Lily and that, it sinks to the bottom anyway. Pump gets it, so I ain't bothered about that kind of thing.
Just means servicing your pump, though, doesn't it, then, to get rid of it, which is doable if you've made it so that you can do it and it's accessible. One comment here from James, the Guy Whisperer. YouTube is hard work to make a channel grow. So I say fair play to anyone that gives it a go. I say work hard at the channel and it will come. But edit is the way forward.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, James.
Encouragement, if nothing else. It's well, I fair enjoyed, James, watching your channel grow from strength to strength to strength, and it's leaps and bounds, and probably one of the biggest out there in the koi community.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
UK based.
I think by far in the UK.
I think for you, James, though, what smashed it was the mega build, wasn't it? The mega build was spiraled. Sorry, I'm just turning my fans back on my PC because they've stopped. But yeah, appreciate that, James. Thank you very much. Cops is put crap. That's buggered. That's me buggered then, James. Canon Lenses and Cameras says, hope you're all good. How's it doing, Paul? I hope you're all
good.
Absolutely, Twisted Koi says, absolutely spot on, James, which is why these fake accounts are so dangerous. Yeah, it is, because all the people that they seem to be targeting are the smaller, littler channels, which is...
Oh, no, but they've just targeted James, which is the biggest.
Well, but that's the first, isn't it? But they're here on a smaller channel, mate. I'm not a big channel by any way, shape or form, but they're here trolling me with a big YouTube with details, which is, it's not fair on him. I mean, no, it's not. Well, yeah, like we said, not give him the airtime. I've had one of those, and they're crap. It keeps emptying and makes sucking noise. Yeah. Then I have to get it out because the missus is moaning about the noise. Yeah, they do sound like.
Yeah.
I personally think this shit. I was going to get one because of those leaves from that damn tree, but at the end of the day, if it gets to that point where leaves are there, move a few nets. If I'm going to have to move a few, I'd always have to move my net to service the damn floating thing. So I'm going to have to move my net. I might as well just scoop them out.
Yeah, and I've got elderberry, but I've got over the back. Somebody's got an elderberry bush, this red leaf plant, and I've got a butterfly bush.
Oh yeah,
butterfly bush isn't too bad, but the red leaf and the elderberry bush drop every year. So it's a good job. I know somebody who's a landscape gardener
I didn't see that coming, did I?
Now then, the koi like elderberry.
They're toxic, apparently.
Oh, crap. That one's trimming back then, doesn't it?
Well, they say that you can use them for catching roach.
I think it's the
good
white
autumn
flowers. I think it's the white flowers.
I say that the actual berries you're supposed to be able to use as a hook bait for roach in the autumn. Supposed to be quite.
It makes some nice wine out of it as well.
Oh, beautiful wine.
The devil's juice.
It's nice devil's juice.
Nice devil's juice. Like square.
Yeah, it's big. It's
Big, massive square, really deep, full of fish.
Big square swimming pool.
Yeah. But no, Paul. Like I
Massive.
say, if you're ever down this way, mate, you're more than welcome to pop round.
Yeah.
Like I say, Gaz and Daz will be coming round probably, hopefully, in the near future.
Yeah.
So they're more than welcome to a video.
Yeah.
You actually you will get to see it, Paul, before very long, because I will be going down there and we're going to be doing some alterations and changing a few bits and bats for him, and we will be doing a video while we're down there. Gary says that's why I fitted a WAL skimmer.
Yeah, that's what I want to. That's what I want to put in a can next year.
If I did, that's what I would put in, but don't know if I can remember. I mean another pump again. So
yeah,
it's more running expense.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on with
the bowl at the side of your pond as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, what I did this morning, I just got my big pan net and just skimmed the leaves off top. 2-second job.
There we go. Look, Copsy Koi chatting bubbles. I put a brick in mine and it still pops up. It's a nightmare. Floating around the pond, it's a pain in the ass. We need to see your pond first, Mick.
All right, to see if we could. Yeah, it's a sleeper pond. It's 2.5, 3 foot out the ground and 2.5, 3 foot.
Before, haven't we? We have put it on. I don't think I've got the photos anymore. We have when you did your
only quick pictures.
Quick, outside the torch, Mick, and your phone.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, now you could have done that in warmer months, couldn't you?
Yeah.
One in the garden says, hate those floating ones. Yeah, me too, mate. I don't see as much cop or much good. They also help turn the pond over, taking water from the top and returning it to the bottom where mine does. And also out the back of your fence panel and into your neighbour's garden. As yours does. Food evening, Canon camera, food evening, good evening. Shit, just to make it harder for me. Good evening, Canon cameras, aka Yorkshire Koi. If you want to fix company koi skimmer, Mick, I have one you can have. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
I am lucky, and I get a very little surface debris, so my skimmer is the only on for about half a day while I'm messing around the pond. I did buy one of the floating ones, but gave it away. Yeah. So you're saying, Phil, not much cop, mate. Yeah, you used to have one.
Not one person that actually likes them yet.
You
Well,
know.
that's pretty conclusive.
I've got no pictures of the pond at the minute. Yeah.
Koi Karma says, I've got one in my grown and it's crappy, so it'll be coming out very soon. My skimmer is doing a good job, not just leaves, but bugs and uneaten food, koi food. Yeah, that's it. You've got one of the stands in pond ones, works really well. We've got this one that said, should give me blue badge, so you know it's me from now on. Now, there's an idea. Give you a blue badge.
You can park closer with one of them as well.
There we go. I might be the first person that can turn around and say we've got James the Koi Whisperer as a moderator. There you go. Smash that now, James. See if you get your little spanner. I'm guessing that's what you mean by the blue badge. If not, you're a moderator now. James the Koi Whisperer is a moderator on his channel. Smashing it. Andrew Wrigley. Hi, guys. Hope all is good today. How are you doing, Andrew?
Hi, Andrew.
Oh. Oh, you fucking having a laugh.
You've not given it the wrong one, have you, guys?
Possibly, don't know. If it is Skeggy, do us a favour and delete him and ban him again. Another fake James. James deserves a blue spanner. Oh, God damn. He got a blue spanner, but he got it removed real quick too. Irish Gold Koi. Jordan. Yeah. Well, if they don't stop telling me the fake accounts and just ban them if you know they are. Thumbs up. It might be blue, but I defo got a big spanner. It's 100% me. I can go live if you like. No, you're good. It's okay, James. There was another clone account. I take it you didn't just ask for a blue spanner. No. Oh. I want a good one. Evening, guys. Late tonight. You're not missing no. It's just we're just getting old shit. If I could give you a gold one, I would. I really would. In-ground pond, Mick. No, just said sleeper pond.
Stephanie's just sent you the pictures.
It's yeah, can't mate.
Yeah.
Hang about. I can. Let's see. Bear with us 1 second. Don't panic if I disappear. Hopefully I haven't. But she sent them on WhatsApp, bud.
Did you send them on WhatsApp, Steph? They're not done yet. Sorry, they're coming through. Sorry.
Right. It's all right.
Oh dear.
Let's see if I can do that anyway. I put that there. Oh, I can't. See, that's it. What? I can't. Yeah, can't. Don't bother, Steph. Can't send.
Don't bother, Steph. You're all right, babe.
For some reason, WhatsApp on PC, if you ever maximize it on your PC, you can never minimize it again. It's some fault on WhatsApp and they haven't updated it or changed it. So I can't minimize it to put it on my second monitor to get the pictures off just to show everybody.
But we can actually show them next week though, can't you?
If you forward it through to me on my mobile phone, then or whatever, then I can do, but I can't right now. I need to transfer them off.
Don't rush.
Sorry guys, I would show you, but I can't right now.
Okay.
There you go. Don't know if I read that out or not. James with diamonds. Easy to install into an already built sleeper pond, mate. Yeah, they are definitely. If a sleeper pond, I guess any kit will do. The Cockney Koi, they're cheap enough, wide mouth or standard. Peter's puddles, koi and goldfish. My skimmer is in the pond. Is a pool skimmer, should I say?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was over there, Pete. That's one asking for a blue spanner is a fake account, Gaz. Thanks. Just don't tell me. Just remove them if you suspect it, bud. That'd be so much more easier. Then I won't be doing what I did, which is giving them out. Your second actual Gaz, James is moderator. Oh, damn it. Well, mine wasn't the real, wasn't even the real one. But he already is a moderator. I didn't know that. Damn it. Well, second is still being equally as good. Well, not as good, but so whoever is turning now. Yeah, just a little bit, bud. Certainly is. How's Keggy's house doing with the builders? No idea. Already had banned them. Nice one. Blue will do. Now, check that one that says blue will do. See if that blue will do is the real one. If it is, let me know.
Tell him to message me.
No, he don't need to message you. I just need my admin to tell me if that one that says blue will do is James and Koi Whisperer. And if it is, I can give blue will do the thank you mother for the rabbits. God, this gets hard. I'm all good, thanks.
Andrew?
Good, mate.
Right, Andrew.
That's the real one. Thank you very much. Blue will do. Add moderator. Right, James, if you see anybody else coming, mate, just straight up ban them for us, bud. Because you know anybody else. And then at least we know. And I can now officially say I'm the second out there. I'm James, the Koi Whisperer, as an admin. Sweet. Repeat after me live, LOL. Yeah. Hard work, mate. It's getting increasingly more difficult week in, week out. Gals, with WhatsApp once, maximize right click on the icon and the taskbar at the bottom of the screen and select minimize. Done them all, mate. Don't work. Tried everything, even Googled everything that everybody says out there. I've even uninstalled it and reinstalled it, and it still comes back maximized. I don't know what the hell it is or why it's done it, but I've been onto WhatsApp's website. It's a listed problem, apparently. They're looking into it, but no fix. Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits. 3 bunny rabbits. That's the real James. Well, how's Peter's Fish doing with the nasties? It did lose a few more, mate, but they are getting better, and all seems to have stopped up to present, mate. The reason why I hadn't touched on it, Paul, was I don't think that anything good comes out of discussing somebody's upset and misery. So I'd left it so it was pretty much, as is. What I have said to him, though, and what I am going to do for him is I am going to provide him with a few koi. And between myself, Mick and Daz, we're going to take him out with a fair few good koi, let him pick some. And I think he might even be coming down to have a visit with us down to Daz's farm. And we're going to start with some new ones.
If he wants.
So you can pick through some, and we're going to pick him a few and buy him a couple as well. Chuck him a few in and let him have some. And I have also said if I've got 1 or 2 in the little pond outside that if he's interested in a few to grow on himself, he can do as well. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, Paul, and he will get back to where he was. The only difference being is it'll be slightly more coin now than what he had goldfish, which unfortunately has lost all his coin, which is a real sickener.
We have goldfish as well.
James, happy days. Happy days. Did he come up with a spanner? Yes, he did. Sweet. It's the real James. James will need to refresh his screen for the blue spanner to kick in. Now we know the real one. So can the real James Koi Whisperer please stand up again? We should all have blue spanners. Yeah, we should. All of us. We should all have blue spanners that are regulars. It would make it easier, and it certainly would. Does someone do me a favour and check if Up North Koi Pond is the real site? If it is, the one that says that are regular. If you're interested, mate, let me know, and I shall add you to one as well. Thank you very much. That is very generous. Hey, it's the least you can do, mate, when somebody you know that lives local can go over and help them if you can. And
that's what core community is all about at the end of the day, isn't it?
That's it.
We have loads and loads of them. Oh,
yeah.
I have a few. Daz has absolutely thousands of them.
I have
and we can sort him out, and he can have the pleasure of watching them grow up. So it's all good. It means that he's not going to be any worse off right now, which is the main thing. Damn you, Gary. LOL. James, thumbs up, rabbit. Explosion. E&G. I got shed loads. What size you need? Yeah, that's him. Right. Let me know if you're interested inside. Do you want a 10mm spanner? Right, let's go. Give him what? Wrong one. Shit. Clicked the wrong person then. 10mm. Add as moderator. There we go. Up north, Koi Pond. Give us a thumbs up, mate. You should come up with a spanner now. Might have just been a little bit too quick. Thanks, guys. Feeling the man love. Kiss, kiss, kiss. And I've had to knock 2 goldfish on the head since. You have? Shit, mate. You did have
I've
a
got some
lot.
goldfish for you as well, mate.
We've got some, yeah.
I do have a tan show, if that is such a thing. I do have a tan show of Sarasa Comet.
Yeah.
Tan shows can only be ghost Sankeys, apparently.
Well, it's got a spot on its head. Looks like one.
We'll make an exception.
Gaz says 13mm, please. Actually, I probably won't be able to get rid of them ones because the teddies.
Yeah.
You'll have to fight Teddy for him, Pete. You'll have to fight our Teddy for him.
I'll wrestle him.
Yeah, I'm wrestling. I'm a 10mm user. I'll have 2 10mm. Yep, it's Si. Up north, thumbs up.
Cheers, mate.
Should give all YouTubers a blue spanner. Well, I mean,
Well, then they wouldn't be special, would they?
I should, but you know, progressive growth rather than fast growth maximum. Slowly ease people in. I mean, people might not want them. It might be best to ask first. I'm having problems with my small pond. It's making my nuts.
I should be making me nuts.
Yeah. Wow, what's up, Paul?
Or is it driving you nuts?
Yeah.
Peck. Come on,
If you had
Peck.
a 10mm spanner, he could undo those nuts.
I'm more socket basher than spanner yanker.
All this stuff comes out with.
I've lost then. No way I'm taking Teddy on.
No.
He's my little star. He is my 100% best buddy in the world.
Yeah. He's just learned to talk. He's just learned a new word, hasn't he, as well?
Yeah. That's that one thing you should give all YouTubers blue spanner wasn't me. God damn. That one saying that. Right, so
Skaggy!
Skaggy!
there you go, Skaggy. Or anybody.
Carl.
James!
Sai. James.
Davey has a stunning tan show achiever.
Yeah, you can't.
Simon Shear says I prefer an 8mm type. This is getting ridiculous. We could go down to about 1mm right up to 32 or something daft like that. With talking koi food with temperatures dropping, just something I do is slow down the feeding. Yeah, that's what I do. We touched on it earlier, Jim.
Feeding
That's
less
exactly what we were saying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Temps dropping, cut back. I've cut back on half the feed that we're putting in, and keeping it down to a minimum.
I've got a question for James, if it's okay. Did you ever find out what when that fish, the big fish, got stunned?
Oh yeah, the one that
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually cleared for a
found
couple of
out
hours, wasn't it?
Now,
I mean,
Was that one
the same thing. I had the same thing in my pond, but it was a much smaller fish. It was the Ogon when Monster was in there, and she did that. She was just floating around the surface, but after a couple of hours, she went back to normal. She's still in the pond now, and it was just like, say, do you think it could have been one of the other fish bashed into her? Because that's what I think. What happened with her?
Stunned her.
It stunned her, yeah. So, like I say, it was just interesting to see if we ever did find out.
Yeah.
My pond is leaking water. Even after rebuilding waterfall, the leak not being solved.
Yeah.
That's
Do you have a problem with rats? Because I know a few people have had problems with rats and mice. Well, I've had problems with mice chewing through the bloody liner in one of my pools.
The airline, yeah.
Yeah, and all my airlines.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
lot
the
of-
only one
lot
of
of
I'm the only one
rodents
of
about.
ponds.
I think
Isn't
Skeggy's
it?
had a problem with a rat chewing through his liner near his waterfall as well.
Yeah. See, that's the only downside to rockeries and such. Last
Yeah.
year, I had that mouse that chewed through my power cable to my ultraviolet. Yeah.
I've got
They're
an
a
army of little buggers. I get one every other day in the trap in the tunnel. They're just queuing up outside at night, I'm sure.
It even chewed all my pipe lagging and made a nest with it outside at box.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Damn thing.
Yeah.
Delton says, Skeggy, thank you very much. Star Skeggs. That's not good, Paul. The hardest thing is finding the damn leak.
Yeah.
That's the worst bit.
Oh, I think he's on about the blade, isn't he, again? I think he's talking about the blade. It's not sealing properly again.
Oh, yeah, that's a pain.
You know what I mean? You know how, cause he did have another thing in, didn't he? What he made blade, I think, but then he changed it for another thing.
That's the thing when you put stones and stuff on, you can get water tracking backwards and into different areas. It's crazy how it can find some of the directions.
Yeah, it's probably folding the liner or something.
Those 30 cm blades, like we put on mics, if you haven't got it dead level, it can. If it's slightly leaning to one side, it drips down. It feeds back underneath, and it can drip down the liner or the tank what it's put on.
Yeah.
Let's catch up a quick. So there's comments coming in again. How can there be so many fake accounts? Don't you need an email address for each one? Well, I think you do actually. I think you do need an email address to make a new account. But if you've got an abundance of emails or free emails, there's plenty. You can make plenty of free emails, couldn't you? Set up make 10 fake accounts, and away you go. I don't know how they can be asked. Mike, you can get email accounts in 4 seconds. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, you do, Mike, from Gareth. Another great night, guys. Off to bed. Catch you all next week.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Take
thanks.
it. Well, speak to you soon.
Copsy.
Big Betty. I knew it. I never worked out what it was or what was wrong, but believe she had a backage in her intestines somewhere.
Backage, yeah.
I was wondering if she'd perhaps maybe, got spooked and set off and bang, kind of
that's what I thought. That
stunned herself a little bit. That's what I thought it might have been.
But is she okay now? Is she okay now, James? Do you think she? I'm sure I've seen her in the in one of the bed.
But yeah, too much effort. That email address, YouTube account, edit pic, then name, then delete it. Get deleted in seconds. Yeah. Did you salt bath it, James? Question for you there, bud. Obviously not the same Mike. Obviously not to some Mike, should I say. At Koi Beginnings, the trolls are just grown adults with brains of a 6-year-old. LOL. There you go. You said that, not me. That'd be you. A bit more. Fucking rats. Cat brought in a huge one yesterday.
Yeah. They just keep coming, don't they? This is the trouble. Can't get rid of the damn thing.
You notice he didn't have any form of dyslexia when he put that. I'd one do that to me, put it in salt, and it started releasing herself. Oh God, that sounds wrong as well. Koi Beginnings didn't want to put her under any more stress. The day after, she was looking much better.
Yeah.
In America, they use concrete shield under the liner to stop rodents eating a liner.
Yeah. I have lots of problems with chipmunks and bloody ground squirrels and God knows what else.
Yeah. Another great live, gents, but I've got to take the dog out for the evening walk. Stay safe, all. Take it easy, Phil. Catch up next time. Bud, and we'll see you again soon. Mick, it's a small pond, not the sleep. Oh, right, the sleeper pond. The Rock Tomb one in the ground pond. It's the one that's at the top behind the back.
Oh, right.
Could be anything then, mate. It could be a leak anywhere then, couldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one. You can fill for me for a momento. I've just got a message coming there. Just need to read it.
Yeah. You're looking forward to Sunday then, Mick?
Yeah, very much looking forward to it, mate.
Messages coming in.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Like I said, looking forward to it. Like I say, it does sound interesting, the hydroponics as well.
Yeah, I'm interested in looking into that. Yeah.
Grow some like lettuces and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of people grow veggies, don't they? Yeah, lettuces and that sort of thing in like floating polystyrene trays and such.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who I saw did one. It was the guy in Indonesia or wherever.
Do you mean Dexter's World?
Yeah. Did you watch that one the other night?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. That.
There's another is a YouTuber in America called Blake's Exotic Ranch, I think.
Yeah.
He set it up. He didn't finish it in the end, but he was setting a hydroponics system up with tilapia.
Oh, tilapia, yeah.
Tilapia fish, yeah.
To eat as like a by.
No, I think he was feeding his, like his shovel nose, his red-tailed catfish. But he was doing that. He was going to grow some vegetables to feed the animals with as well.
Yeah.
Be like a bit more self-sustainable, but I don't think he ever finished it. But it did look interesting. They were big round like saucer-looking things, stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what you can actually grow. I mean, you can't grow all kind of root vegetables and things. It's mainly leafy stuff like spinach and lettuce.
Tomatoes, I think you can do.
Yeah, I don't think they really thrive, the tomatoes. From what I've seen, they seem to be a bit spindly and weak.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see it.
Looking at this now, we're getting messages left, right, and centre removed. So we'll just remove that one because I don't know whether I'm coming or going. And people are deleting each other's spanners, and people are deleting each other's comments. So we'll stick with one. Yeah.
There's none of us left.
It's going to be. How's the white stuff doing? The white food, not the white stuff. How's the white food doing for you at Koi Beginnings? Will help having that inline heater. So if you have anything like that happen again, you could raise the temps. Gaz, Mick and Daz is now in the P&G Blue Spanner Club. I've rebuilt the waterfall, thinking it was the waterfall. Could be the pond. So may have to pull out and rebuild. Another way of doing it, mate, is just overliner over top of it. Leave the original one in and start again, rather than having to pull it all out, ship everything out.
That gives a bit of protection if from rodents. You got an extra line of defence, haven't you, for the future?
What we'll do, I think I should get a blue spanner. I felt like a spanner. Night, Phil. Yeah, she's fine now, but needed a little help this weekend. Had to put the little antibacteria on her dorsal fin. All in the video this Sunday, and I ball up every koi in the video out Sunday. Beat you, James.
Lovely.
Weekend.
Look forward to that.
Be interesting to watch.
We'll watch that when we get back from Mike Batters.
Yes.
Did you know your sizes and stuff, James, prior to, or are you going to ball up and measure up so that you know for next season as well? Skeggy says, Night Phil. So anyone getting ready for winter? No, because it's only autumn. No, tomorrow. Up north, Koi Pond, careful mentioning white food finger stuff, LOL. It was a fake one, as we've already discussed. It weren't genuine. It was somebody else with a fake account pretending to be YouTube.
Yeah.
In the last stint of trolls. James, are you going to the Koi show this weekend? No, not going to lie. I got to get on, but not walking the dog. I got to keep Mrs. Weeper happy. Whisperer happy. If you get my drift, over and out, gentlemen. Oh God, that's just covered up what we're reading. Over and out, gentlemen. But if I've got something that needs to be done,
thank you very much, mate.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us, Jim. Appreciate you helping us with the admin side of things as well. Got a night, James from Ponder Garden. Mark Gardner used to grow lettuce in his white trays with the new fry to help with his parameters, all in floating trays.
Yeah.
Hi, James from Cushta, working well side, bringing the Shuruges up some of the koi, and with a bit of yellow in the skin. Night, James. Is yellow key?
No, the Shuruji, what they're trying to say is the white's not as good as it could be, and it does, especially in Sheros.
Yeah, especially
the white brighter, more clear, more vibrant,
more whiter, because they do find they do have a bit of a yellow tint to them.
Yeah,
Sheros do as of developing, and the white hopefully does get nice and clean.
Yeah.
Peter says, if I lose any more fish, thinking of PP down, PP in the pond down to 14 now from 36, but scared to do it with the fish. Might have to euthanize the last few. We do recommend. Do we recommend food grade HP? Oh, talking of food, got some for you, mate. What we had a chat between ourselves about. What I was going to do is I was going to give it away as part of the giveaway, mate. But seeing you having such a shit time of it, that big bag of food that we've got, we're going to give away. Shows, mate, if you want it.
Yeah,
so,
it's for Peter. Yeah.
Everybody has said that. Why don't you give Peter that food? So it'll save you a little bit, mate, and having to buy any more. What you've got, you can bang into your fish when they get a little bit bigger, and you can use this because it's a smaller.
It's a wheat. It's a wheat germ, a multi-season wheat germ. So it's
not a wheat germ.
Yeah, it is.
It's a multi-season
wheat germ.
Is it? Oh, oh, there you go.
Doing multi-season wheat germ.
6% HP food grade is best. Cool. On my way home, better than last night. Jesus Christ, Jeff, that's
wow.
it.
Yeah, that's early.
You'll be joining us soon, mate, then. You can use any percentage and just water it down. Not PG. Bugger. Yes, mate, we can sort that out. Bugger PG, Tetleys all the way. You guys on Discord tonight after the show? Probably not, mate. We might be having a chat in here afterwards, but I've got an early start again in the morning. I've got to get myself all the way over far side of Preston first thing tomorrow morning. Yorkshire tea all day long. Yuck. Oh, yuck. Guys, and if anyone wants that food that I got from Gaz, I'm happy to pass it on. There you go, mate. Well, this stuff's way better than that, mate. And it's a smaller pellet, which will be better for your fish as well. So you'll be able to feed it. And you're more than welcome to it, mate. It was gifted to us for free. So if it goes to someone that can make some use, that's had a bit of shit and a bit of bad luck, you are more than welcome to it, mate.
Yeah.
Suggested and selected by everybody in the GKP group, mate, as to pass it on to yourself. So I am more than happy to do so. We'll just give us a bell, sort something out, mate. Either when you're passing or I'm passing, we'll drop it in for you. Yorkshire tea is blended for Yorkshire water, which is why Southerners hate it. I'm no Southerner. I'm just me. Boston cup of tea. Right, chaps. Have we got anything else or any more comments that anybody else would like to have a chat about, like to have a discussion, like to have a talk about? I think we've covered everything
all.
on this one. And I've given the shouts out and mentions to the two other groups that we Facebook groups. Again, East Midland Koi Clubs and Huddersfield District Koi Community can both be found on Facebook. If anybody's interested and wants to join or wants any further information, look them up on Facebook. I'm moving daughter tomorrow, moved one today, moving the other tomorrow, and prefer coffee. LOL. Great light tonight, guys. Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Gary.
Paul says, you guys are great. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Paul.
Cheers, buddy.
Okay. I can't wait. Like I say, I'd love to meet you.
Share out with other people. I'm not down for taking stuff for myself. If somebody passes it on to me and we can make somebody else happy by adding it on to them and passing it on to them, that's our place.
Like I say, it's a part of the community. That's what we want. We don't want to be part of this bitterness, mate. We just want to learn off people.
Yeah, just enjoy koi.
Why we do it. This is why we do the lives at the end of the day, to learn and to talk.
To interesting people, make new friends.
Andrew says there, I appreciate the shout out. I didn't just do your shout out, mate. I also did share your group up on the screen for everybody to see, so they know what they're looking for. So it has been shown twice, mate, and over, mentioned now, obviously yourself. And for everybody that wants to know, Andrew Wiggler is the gentleman that runs the Huddersfield and District Koi Community new group to Facebook. Swing by, have a join, share your comments, share your views, share your fish, share your topics, and join in, and let's see if we can get his community to grow a little bit. And obviously, there is my own, which is Gaz's Koi Pond on Facebook as well. If anybody's interested and wants to join that, hit me up. Coffee, that would be nice. Nescafe Original or Mellow Birds for me, very tasty. Koi Karma says, great show, guys. Thanks. Paul Max says, cheers, lads, enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Paul. Appreciate that. Oh, good. Oh, God, neither of them are coffee. Feeling the love. Hello, Andrew. I've joined, Andrew. Another cracking show from Kush to Koi. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Well, that was entertaining live. Certainly was, mate. Kept you busy. Usual thing, guys.
He's got repetitive straight for that bannering.
If you can do me a huge favour, or us a huge favour, smash that like, give us a share, tell your friends, get everybody involved. Let's get this Friday night and this channel growing.
You've just said Friday night.
Yeah.
Well, Friday night has taken it. We are going to discuss between ourselves whether or not we actually change to a Friday night. If we do, watch this space. I will post in the community this week and let you know if we're going to change to a Friday. But if we don't, we'll see you all next Thursday. Watch this space and keep your eye out for the community post on my channel and see if we actually do make the change. When we discussed it between ourselves, which day we're going to go with. But Friday has taken the vote, guys. So
what was the
until next time.
Percentage?
What was the percentage? It was 64% to 36%. 64% Friday night,
exclusive then.
36% to the Thursday night. So yeah, it's definitely got the
vote.
The vote. So
are we going to have an intro live tomorrow?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
In this space, we might do both. You'll have to wait and see. But again, to everybody, thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate all your support. Thanks for all those people that have come by, give us a thumbs up, liked and shared. And usual, big thanks to God damn it. Big thanks to me. And a big thanks to Daz for joining me again this week. Usual thing, guys. Until next time, keep smiling. We'll see you all in the next one. See you all soon. Thanks again.
Cheers, everybody.